All right. We back at it like a crack addict. What's going on, people? Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can you all see me? Can you all hear me? What's going on, people? What's happening? Let me just go ahead and drag this bad boy chat out over to the corner. Where did the chat go? That's actually kind of weird. Oh, there it is. Awesome. Cool. Pop out chat. Move that. And we should be good. Okay. Excellent. Oh, we see and hear your beautiful self. Oh, Jason, my man. I haven't even been on this stream for a full 60 seconds, and you just, man, you taking my heart. You taking my heart for real, bro. I'm telling you, man, the Persona puns, they just don't stop. But yeah, you know, let's go ahead and let's read down the chat, give a couple of shout outs while some people come through. Totes Poggers, let's go. That's right, Flame and Jason. Always the first two comments. Let's see. Let's see how long it takes before one of y'all tries to bully me. Well, that didn't take long at all, actually. Neo is committing better to doing his Q&As than he is completing Tales of Arise. Listen, I'm on the last boss, Flame. I'm on the final boss. But you know what, man? You know what? Sometimes people just want to play some Ace Attorney. Sometimes people want to play some Ninja Turtles and eat some pizza, my friend. Sometimes it's what we want to do. It's the consistency for me. See, thank you, D. I appreciate that. You see, because that's how you get better at all things in life, by being consistent. And unfortunately, a lot of y'all are consistently bullying me, so I don't know how that works out. We got Game Addict. Any thoughts on Dragon's Dogma 2 finally being announced? Yes, I have many thoughts, and I will say this much, man. In the span of 24 hours, I went from being like, yo, this is some bullshit, fam. Because remember, at that Capcom showcase, they had announced, yeah, check back in a few days for a celebration of Dragon's Dogma, where we're going to talk about, you know, like, just some basic bullshit thing like, hey, we made this game. That's basically what it was. And lo and behold, they announced Dragon's Dogma 2 at that event. It was fucking insane, man. You know, I should have thought better. I should have thought better that they would have had a one more thing, like a one last thing. But I couldn't focus at the time because we had the Final Fantasy VII 25th anniversary showcase happening. So you had all types of crazy things going on at the same time. But I'm very excited for Dragon's Dogma 2. I loved the first game. I love that game so much to the point where I just bought that thing on Switch just so I could get a physical copy of it, because I never owned a physical copy of Dragon's Dogma when it came out. I didn't play Dragon's Dogma until years later when I got it on sale for like $5 on PC. And then I saw it on Switch and I said, fuck yes, Dragon's Dogma on the go. And now I'm thinking of just rebuying it on Xbox Series X. Not because it's really going to have like any type of 60 frames enhancements or whatever, because it doesn't, but you know, just to support the devs. I mean, it's only $5, but I want to support the devs. Fuck it. And everyone's been buying Dragon's Dogma. It's crazy. I've seen like at least 40 people on Twitter purchase the game. And you can't go wrong with $5. What do you guys think about that Dragon's Dogma 2? It's been a long time coming. It's probably going to be a while before we see anything substantial, depending on how far in development they are. But man, at this point, I've just come to accept the fact that I'm going to be playing all the games I've been waiting a decade for when I'm in my early to mid 30s. That's basically what it is. But that's not a bad thing at all. Let's see. We got $2 coming in from Don Otaku. Neo's first crush was a jar of Hellman's mayonnaise. You know what, Don Otaku? That might seem like a bullying comment, but honest to God, it was. Like, and I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of a story. And then Jez Corden's going to come out of nowhere when he hears mayo. But basically, one of my favorite breakfast sandwiches to have growing up was an egg salad sandwich, man. I loved it, to the to the disgust of my sister, because she couldn't stand the smell of mayo. I would have an egg salad sandwich almost every single day before I went to school, and I loved it, man, because the way my mom prepared it, she cooked she cooked the egg salad sandwich like it's like this crazy meal. But the way she would lay the mayonnaise on this like white bread that she would buy, oh my God, it tasted so fucking good, bro. I loved it so much. Nowadays, I don't really have too many egg salad sandwiches, but I do put mayo on some things. Some nice organic mayo made with avocado oil. Let's see. Oh, we got Matthew in the chat. What's going on, Atlanta? Good to see you, bro. Reed94, what up, NeoGameSpark? Okay, look. Okay, now y'all are going too far. We are 3 minutes into this stream, and there's already so many bullying comments. Like, this is the highlight for y'all's week. Just bullying a poor, defenseless black man over the internet. Ugh. Do not make me get Al Sharpton into this bitch. I will, man. I will. And all y'all are going down. Let's see. So Matthew says, hey, brother, you should consider streaming on Twitch more often, if applicable. I think you could gain a large following there, and of course, we'll all be there. Yeah, you know what the funny thing is, Atlanta? I mean, I went back and forth with having my Twitch channel for the longest time. But the one thing I learned is that the majority of my audience, they just like YouTube. They like YouTube for the interactions. They like YouTube just because it's convenient and it just pops up on their feed. But I don't know. I mean, every now and then I always gauge. I test the waters like, hey, would you guys want... Because I know Twitch is better for discoverability and raids and all those type of features. And YouTube is working. They're working. They're doing their best to try to compete with Twitch. But it's going to take a long-ass time. But yeah, I'm thinking about it. Oh, shout out to the homie J-Main. We'll all be there as Cap. Motherfuckers just lazy. Yo, shout out. First off, shout out to the homie J-Main. This man J-Main is my idol for the summer because this dude is outside all the time. Every time I hit his story, this man is outside. He's living, man. Like 1 week he's in Vegas. Next week he's in Atlantic City. This man is outside. And I fucking love it. Shout out to you, J-Main. But nah, J-Main is kind of right though. Cause you'll have like 100 people say, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna follow you on Twitch. You get like 5 niggas in there. Maybe one of them will sub. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I might experiment doing different types of streams. You get what I'm saying? Where it's like I build an audience on Twitch doing... Well, I mean, the default would be doing more gaming shit. But you know me, I'm not really too... I don't really stream too many games. Honestly, I just like doing this chat and stuff. I like doing the podcasting. But then again... Oh, okay, you know what my problem is? My problem is whenever I stream games, I can't really be paying attention to the chat, man, because I'm focused on the game. And every time I pay attention to the chat, I get murked. So maybe I just got to stream the fun games on Twitch. Like, I got the Quarry downloaded, so I could go ahead and stream that. I saw J-Man was playing that. I think Jack Move was playing that. So I could potentially do that. I'm not so sure. You guys let me know. But shout out to all the people joining in the chat. Shout out. Welcome to the stream, everybody. It's good to see you. Let's see who else we got in here. So shout out to Flame, who's been a member for 11 months of the Phantom Weirdos. I appreciate your support, my brother. Neo, the online competitive scene is so weird lately. Everyone's like meta this and meta that, and I'm like, bro, have you ever met a girl? Yo, Flame, did you come up with that shit yourself? Because if you came up with that shit yourself, bro, I got to give you some fucking brownie points, man. That is quality, and I'm going to read that shit again. The online competitive scene is so weird lately. Everyone's like meta this and meta that, and I'm like, bro, have you ever met a girl before? That's nice, Flame. That's nice. I'm gonna give you a cookie, man. What kind do you like? You want chocolate chip? Oatmeal raisin? Yo, speaking of cookies, everybody be hating on oatmeal raisin, but I can't even speak. Oatmeal raisin is low-key kind of fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, oatmeal raisin be tasting kind of good, bro. So yeah, no bullying me over cookie takes. We ain't doing that. Let's see. Michael G, this is taking way too long. I'll be back later. Well, we here now, Michael. We here. We inside. That's what we are, man. Let's see. We got Abman136. Hi, NeoGameSpark. I've been watching you since 2009. Now I turned 26 today. Well, congratulations to you, my brother. Happy birthday. Everybody in the chat wish Abman136 a happy birthday. He's been following the channel since 2009. Jesus Christ. This man's been following me since... Oh, my God. Dude, just thinking about that shit. That is 13 years. 13 fucking years, and I've been on YouTube for 14 years. That's fucking insane, man. But I appreciate all the support, man. Not just from you, Adman, from all the people watching. You know, every now and then we get a lot of OGs who pop in saying, hey, man, it's fucking crazy. I remember I saw you go through puberty, and that's always the weirdest thing to hear when someone says, yeah, I watched you grow a full beard. That's actually pretty funny now that I think about it. Hello Neo, how's it going? What's going on, Real Mist? And it's going pretty swell. You know, my I have to clear my throat a little bit. Just getting over. Yo, okay, can we just talk about this for a second, you guys? Like, I know I said this on the last 2 streams, but there's got to be something going around, man. This seasonal flu, this new variant, like whatever it is, man. But everybody's been getting fucking sick, and it's like one of those sicknesses that doesn't last like 1 or 2 weeks. This shit lasts like 5-6 weeks long. My manager just got sick. And all of the symptoms that she had, I had a month ago, and it's friggin' insane, man. This thing is no joke, bro. Like, I'm pretty much back to normal, but I still have to like clear my throat every now and then, and it's like every now and then I wake up with a little bit of congestion. This shit is weird, man. It's definitely taking its time. Let's see. COVID too. I mean, you know, that's the funny thing, man. Nowadays, with everything getting delayed, COVID is just the thing that doesn't seem to want to get delayed. No, they're coming out with new variants. They drop in DLC. They pushing up the sequel. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But we gonna rock. We gonna rock this stream until my voice falls off, man. That's it. Let's see. Don Otaku, I can see, hear, feel, smell, and taste you. Your wife know you say that? Interesting. CB, that guy. What's going on, my good sir? What you think of Evil West? Yo, I actually just watched that full-on gameplay video they put up yesterday, because people have been talking about that shit for a minute, and I was like, yeah, I'll watch it eventually. That shit's looking fire, bro. That shit just jumped to like the top of my list of shit I'm looking forward to. Let's see, we got the amazing CJB. What's going on, brother? Hey Chris, how you doing? I'm happy, man. I finally done my living room. Took me a good week, and I got that 55-inch TV up, watching you in the living room, bro. Oh, that is awesome, my brother. I appreciate the support. And yeah, I think I saw that in passing, because I'm not really on Facebook these days. You know, I'm always on Twitter. But I saw somebody had posted their living room setup, and that was probably you, man. Congratulations on that shit, man. When you finally like redo a room, or you mount a TV, or you just get a new TV, you feel like a whole new person, man. And you want to watch fucking everything on it. So shout out to you, my brother. Ultimate Power 01. Forgot it was Tuesday till I saw this stream notification. Yes, that's how you guys could know if if things go according to plan. If there is a stream on a Tuesday evening and it's an Ask Neo stream, then it is definitely a Tuesday. That's how we're going to mark the passages of time. And if we don't have a Neo stream and there's no tweet saying why there isn't a Neo stream, I don't fucking know what day of the week it is. That's, you know what it actually kind of reminds me of, you guys? In the beginning of COVID, like when we was all hyped, like, yo, man, we inside, we chilling, we mind our business, working from home. And then like after 3 weeks went by, we was all like, what fucking day is it, bro? That happened to me a few times because my sleeping patterns had gotten fucked up during COVID. So I remember there was one day where I woke up and I swear to God it was a Thursday. It was actually a Friday. I was like, what? But that was because I was going to bed at like 5 a.m. in the morning and waking up at like noon. It was crazy times 2 years ago. Oh, we got Gian the Don, my brother. How you doing? And shout out to everybody coming through. Oh my God. Okay, so we got a bunch of super chats I gotta go through really quickly, and I don't like to keep y'all waiting. I'm sorry about that. We got a $5 super chat coming in from Don Otaku. Talk to Isle Sharpton. He said he don't support any male lovers. Is that verifiable? Are you verifiable, Don Otaku? What's the story on that, my brother? Oh, and shout out to Gian the Don, member for the past 6 months. Am I mispronouncing your name, bro? Because part of me is always thinking like I'm totally butchering some of y'all's names, and I say correct me in the comments sections, because it could be John. It could be John. It could be John the Don instead of Gian the Don. Let me know, my brother. Gian, either way, you the fucking Don. Who's been a member of the past 6 months of the Fan of Weirdos, just beat Yakuza 6 on Legend difficulty, and it got me thinking. What are some non-Souls games you've beaten that are very hard and challenging for you? That's it. Okay, first off, shout out to you for completing Yakuza 6. Yakuza 6 is kind of like the black sheep of the mainline Yakuza games, just because when they went and developed it, it was on the brand new engine, so a couple of things were sacrificed. But I mean, I enjoyed it as a finale, if you want to call it a he might come back at some point, but like an end for Kiryu's story and doing different things with the narrative. I enjoyed it. But yeah, non-Souls games. It's so funny because Souls games are now associated with difficulty, and if a game is difficult, people classify it as a Souls games. Oh, and shout out to TXK for becoming a member. Thank you so much, my brother, my sister, my fellow wonderful person. But yeah, as far as games that I've beaten that are very hard or challenging, honestly, I would say some of my proudest accomplishments were beating the Kingdom Hearts game. Well, as a kid, obviously, like beating the Kingdom Hearts games on the hardest difficulty, and then beating the Kingdom Hearts games on critical. Because I'm not really a person who strives towards beating something as a challenge. You know, I pretty much just play a game on the second hardest difficulty, and then I just go about my day. Because, you know, there's always other games to play. But, you know, I was in a period in my life where, you know, there wasn't a lot of Kingdom Hearts stuff coming out. So I had a lot of time to replay the old ones. And I was just like, let me go ahead and run through some of the older games. And then when, what's it called? The Uncharted games came out and there was the crushing mode. I was like, you know what? Let me try going through crushing and see how I'd fare on that one. And crushing on Uncharted is like, that's the franchise where I kind of, it got me more into thinking about what makes a game difficult. Is a game difficult because they put limitations on you in terms of health, in terms of ammo, or is a game difficult because they actually fundamentally change the way the game is structured? Like they mess with the AI and the enemies are more receptive to things that they wouldn't be on the lower difficulty. Like, you know how like for me personally, I like when the game fundamentally changes rather than you introduce limitations like, oh, you have to run this with 1 HP, because if it's like 1 HP, you could die not necessarily because of your skill. It could just be on some fuck shit, like just like a random thing that hits you, versus if it fundamentally changes like the enemy's play style and you can't cheese it like you could on the lower difficulties. I always thought that that stuff was really cool. But yeah, I'm not really like, I don't really play too many like challenging games that are known for their difficulty. You know, I just play games that happen to be difficult, and I was like, well, that was great. I would say, I'm trying to think. Like, one thing I do want to do, I do want to go back and beat God of War 2018 on Give Me God of War difficulty. I wanted to do that before the sequel comes out, but it looks like the sequel's coming out mad soon, and I don't think I'll have time to do that because I'm just playing through so much other stuff. Who knows? It could be a summer challenge for me. I'm not sure. Let's see. Crushing is like what I like to call artificial difficulty. Yeah, that's true, Josh. Oh, it's good to see you as well, Josh. How you doing, bro? Yeah. Like if something, like for example, like in Uncharted, when it's on a higher difficulty, the screen is just always fucking... the screen is just always fucking red, man. It's always fucking red, grenades flying everywhere, and then it's like, damn. Am I skilled because I can avoid that stuff and I live perpetually seeing red, or is the game actually hard? I don't know. But nah, my proudest accomplishment, I would say, and something going into it as I thought it'd be really difficult, was beating Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts 2, I think on my first or my second try. And I wasn't maxed out at the time. Now, granted, Kingdom Hearts 2 Sephiroth was nothing compared to Kingdom Hearts 1 Sephiroth, in my opinion. I don't know, I gotta go back and replay them and see if because, you know, when I played Kingdom Hearts 1, I was much younger, obviously, than when I played Kingdom Hearts 2. So I gotta wonder if the first Sephiroth was much harder than the second one, or it was just by the time I got to the second one, I was a lot more skilled, or maybe he was nerfed. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. $5 from KY Han. I think it's funny that Xenoblade 3 is probably going to beat out most big AAA JRPGs for me in terms of interest for the next year. I mean, you see, that's the thing when it comes to... That's crazy. Like, what do people really consider like AAA JRPGs? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking like, because when people associate AAA, the first thing you go for is like a Final Fantasy, obviously, just because of the production value, you know? But then as you start going down the list, it starts becoming like, well, now people consider Persona a AAA JRPG, which I don't necessarily consider it AAA. I mean, in terms of popularity compared to like what comes under it in terms of popularity, sure. But like Final Fantasy, now you could think of something like Tales of Arise because the newest game definitely got a boost to the budget. But I don't know. It's weird. Like, cause most of the time, JRPGs are always in like that double to AAA category, if that. And that doesn't make them bad. But going back to what you were saying, Han, yeah, that's where a lot of them tend to thrive in being really good and interesting because they have to work within the confines of what they have. And usually that is a limited budget, limited manpower, things like that. But that doesn't necessarily take away from how good those games are. Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one, is one of my all-time favorite games. And the sequel, while it's got a lot of give and take, I really enjoyed that. So I'm hoping that the third game kind of blends together the best parts of both of those games into something really good. I haven't been watching anything about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 because I'm trying to go in as blind as possible and get surprised by those things. But yeah, I'm very much so looking forward to it. It's coming out in less than a month. I'm so fucking gassed, bro. I definitely hope. I hope it's more in line with the first game versus the second game in terms of how the second one was just so out there at times. But you know, a lot of people enjoyed it, and the Torna DLC was really good too. $5 from Flame. The meta joke was like a sports game. Just repurchased it for the stream. Saw it in a Destiny meme. See it again if I'll send it to you, bro. Okay, I see you, Flame. You're basically like repackaging. I mean, in general, that's a lot of humor nowadays. We're just repackaging what came before, but through different outlets. That's a lot of things, you know? Okay. Gian the Don. All right. Marcus Doyle Terrell, who's been a member for 24 months of the Fandom Weirdos. Thank you so much, my brother. Hey, yo, I'm back. What type of pre-workout / post-workout do you use? Also, Spider-Man podcast when? And what do you think of Top Gun Maverick? Alrighty. So as far as Top Gun Maverick is concerned, I fucking loved it, man. Top Gun was never really a movie that I revered as much as a lot of other people. Because, you know, it came out well before I was born. And I didn't grow up in the 80s, so I couldn't really understand the significance. I didn't see it till much later in the 2000s. But I kind of enjoyed it for what it is. You know, it's just a movie that is set in the 80s, and it's very bro, and it's a movie about the 80s. What can I say? And people love that shit. But the new one is literally, it's the best way to revive a legacy property while at the same time making it feel very modern and not taking away from its tradition. Like, if you watch this new Top Gun movie, there's still some elements of it that are very 80s and very retro, and some of them you might roll your eyes at, like, are we really doing that in 2022? But at the same time, it knows it, and it doesn't like shy away from that fact. And everything else about the movie, I mean, the main reason why people go see it, they go see the dogfights in the air, they see the crazy things that are happening. Literally breathtaking, bro. Like, I know I always say, see this movie on the biggest screen possible, but Top Gun Maverick is without question one of the movies that if you have a genuine IMAX theater or if you have a Dolby Cinema projection, go watch Top Gun in that format. It's a very simple story, but at the same time, it works perfectly for the film. It's not this deconstruction about a pilot 30 years later and what that means nowadays. It's just like, bro, here's another assignment. Go from there. And it's a lot of fun, man. I can't wait to watch it again. I'm going to buy it on 4K. And, bro, it's one of those movies that I know by the end of the year it's going to end up in my top 10. Because right now, as far as like the movies that I've seen, it's Everything Everywhere All at Once and then Top Gun Maverick for like the 2 top spots. And then from there, you have things like The Batman and, you know, Northman, Doctor Strange, like a whole bunch of other stuff where it can kind of be interchangeable, like Turning Red as well. And there's still a lot of shit that I want to see. Like, tomorrow night, I'm going to go watch The Black Phone, which is the new movie from Scott Derrickson. Scott Derrickson, you guys know, he did Sinister. He did the first Doctor Strange movie. So I'm excited to see what he's done with this one. But yeah, man. And what type of pre-workout I use. So I cycle through my pre-workouts every couple months because I just get bored. You know, I want to try different things. So right now I'm back using Ghost pre-workout. They just came out with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collaboration. So basically what it tastes like is it tastes like High C. You know, it's a nice throwback to the past. So I've been using that. I like Ghost products because of their full transparency on their labels, and they don't put any weird, nasty shit in their pre-workouts. And above all else, they taste really good, and they're good at what they do. So I've been using Ghost. Post-workout, I don't really use anything post-workout. Like, the amount of supplements I use are very little. I use pre-workout, I use creatine, and that's basically it. Everything else is just like diet, and then, you know, vitamins and herbs and all the other stuff. But yeah, post-workout, I just make sure I get whatever form of protein as soon as possible, whether it's food I have cooked or I have a protein shake, which is like protein powder. But yeah, honestly, everything else is just diet at the end of the day. That's it. And as far as the Spider-Man podcast is concerned, well, man, I mean, it's all about assembling the crew for that, bro. But man, we'd be here for like 6 hours. We'd be here for 6 hours to talk about all the Spider-Man movies. Well, I mean, we did talk about the Spider-Man movies before. So I guess to be talking about the newer Spider-Man movies, anticipation of the game, and then maybe well, we probably wouldn't talk about that Spider-Man Lotus drama in that podcast, but that is something we're going to talk about tonight. I don't know if you guys have been following the Spider-Man Lotus controversy on Twitter, but it's wild. It is wild. Okay. And we got a $4.99 super chat from John McKinney, and then we're just going to do the intro for the show. Good to see you, by the way, John. Happy anniversary to my favorite Disney film, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and my favorite Tom Cruise film, Minority Report. Wow, look at that. 2 GOAT movies on the same day, man. It's just crazy. Like, Hunchback is, I want to say, what, 27, 26 years old? Something like that. And it's still one of Disney's best movies of that era, bro. I'm trying to think what else came out. So in that era, 89 onwards, we had Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Aladdin, Pocahontas, Hunchback, Mulan, Hercules, Oliver and Company. Was Rescuers Down Under in the 90s? Or was that in the late 80s? I don't know. But yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame, if y'all have not seen that yet, fantastic movie. Tarzan. I keep forgetting Tarzan. How could I do that? Phil Collins did not need to go as hard at that soundtrack as he did, but he did it for us. And, okay, yeah. So the Down Under was in the 90s. Okay. All right, so now that we're all caught up on the super chats, welcome everybody to another fantastic and fabulous episode of Ask Neo. If you are tuning in for the very first time, Ask Neo is my weekly Q&A series where you guys ask questions and I answer them to the best of my ability. And I realize this is the longest it's been where we just chilled beforehand and answered questions and I did not do the actual intro. That is crazy, but you know what? That's what happens when you're in such great company. So I don't really have a lot of stuff to pimp or promote because you guys know the deal by now. But if you haven't, I want y'all to take a look at the video description down below and you'll see a couple of links of interest. First things first, we have a link to our Discord community, the Phantom Weirdos, where if you just want to hang out, chat with some people, have fun, maybe find some people to run a co-op game, you could definitely do that. I also hear it does get pretty spicy with the memes as well. And Gabe has a lot of emojis that are going to be dropping there soon. So that's going to be very terrifying because I don't want to know how many times this man has screenshotted me and he's going to make that an emoji. That's going to be wild. But yeah, the Phantom Weirdos Discord server, it's free to join. And we're actually going to be getting ready to do for our first time ever, we're going to do a community movie night. That's right, you guys. I haven't worked out the specifics as of yet, but we are going to do a community movie night where we're going to be watching a movie for the first time. And that movie, if you've attended the past 2 streams, you guys know what it is. But I think it's going to be a really fun way for us to engage with one another. Again, that's going to come a little later. We just have to work out the details as far as, you know, how many people are going to be in that chat. Of course, there's going to be some stipulations like, yo, you can't be having like vacuum cleaners and dogs barking in the background if we're trying to watch this movie. But yeah, that's something that's going to be really fun. I skipped your super chat, Don. I did. Oh my God. I am so sorry. So let me roll back the clock a second. I did not skip anything. $5 super chat coming in from the homie Don Otaku. I beat Super Punch Out without getting hit. No save states. Praise me. Well, damn, you just put your whole dick out on the table. There you go, Don Otaku. I see it, my guy. I see it. I'm sorry about missing your super chat. But yeah. So that's our Discord community. And in addition to that, we have links to the Patreon page, YouTube membership, and my Twitter account, which is where I post all the crazy takes, from the spiciest of spicy takes to the coldest of cold takes, and some takes that are relatively lukewarm, like, Neo, we know this by now. And I'm like, yes, it is true. Other than that, you guys, super chats, great way to support the channel. Don't feel obligated to do that. Just know that if you do that, your question gets answered within priority. But other than that, I just want to appreciate everybody who comes through these streams, whether you're watching the streams, you're liking the streams, or you're just hanging out, going about your day, your evening. It's about 7:07 p.m. over here on the East Coast. Checking in for y'all from New York State. What y'all up to? Because I know some of y'all are coming off from work, some of y'all are making dinner, some of y'all might be on the toilet at work because the boss makes $1, you make a dime. That's why we poop on company time. What y'all doing right now? And shout out to all the people who've been joining in between. You know, I see Shut Up Gabe is over here. That's my fucking son. We got David Big Lad. We got Aaron Stallings. We got Rhino 242. What's going on, Kingpin? How you doing? We got Warrior Fellow. We got Jay Ransom. We got Playboy Khalifa. We got Acebreaker, Rescue Squad. We got Sausage Lord. I was about to say Sasuke Lord for a second. Let's see. We got Devo. We got Rarix. I think that's what it is. We got PierretheGamer. Who else is up in this? We got Michael Wells. We got Mr. Urban World. We got Reed 94. We got Dom Slayer. We got UG6. We got a whole bunch of people in here. It's great. It's great to see you guys. It is so good to see you. Alrighty. So yeah, go ahead and continue to ask questions. If I didn't answer your question within like the past 10 minutes, feel free to ask it again and I'll try to get to it. Oh, you headed to Puerto Rico tomorrow? Nice, my guy. Nice. And this girl I'm talking to, she just got back from Puerto Rico not too long ago. What are the odds, man? Maybe I need to take a trip out there. Shit. All right. And excuse me throughout the course of the stream if I have to clear my throat. It's just the last of whatever has been going around, man. It just does not want to leave. All right. So Alex, 2256. Neo, how many days do you work out? So right now in my current program, I'm working out 4 days a week. Typically throughout the year, it fluctuates from 4 to 5 days a week, depending on what program I'm running. And sometimes, you know, if things get in the way in the personal life. But yeah, no less than 3 times a week, if that. And I think that 3 to 5 times a week is a good amount per days for actual progress to be made going to the gym. Because it gives you an opportunity to go ahead and hit each body part at least like twice a week. So yeah, if you're going to the gym for the very first time, aim for like 3 to 4 days of working out. And then if you want to get more serious, 4 to 5 times a week. There's some people I know who go to the gym, they work out 6 times a week, which I did that before. I did a push-pull leg split, which was 3 days on, 1 day off. And that was cool and everything. But then I realized, I was like, yo, man, I'm in the gym 6 days a week, bro. That's just crazy. And then, you know, as you go throughout your lifting career, you get smarter with how you lift. You realize what's important and what's not necessarily important. And, you know, all that stuff you guys have heard. All right, let's see. I work as a photographer. Just got done with a wedding gig. Oh, that's awesome, Aaron. Good for you, my brother. Get that bag. Get that bag, bro. Build that portfolio. Oh, there's new Naruto skins in Fortnite? Yo, that's crazy, bro. I'm that type of person where I don't play Fortnite, but I just love seeing all these crossovers because the memes are glorious, man. We was all joking about Glock no Jutsu, and now it's a thing. Is it true that Itachi is coming to Fortnite? Oh my god. Genjutsu? Glock no Jutsu? Oh, it's over, bro. Orochimaru went from stealing bodies to catching bodies. Yo, it's just so fucking funny when you just see all of these like anime characters with MP5s and AKs and... Dude, the day we get Dragon Ball in that shit, oh my god. Dude. I think the last bastion will probably be Nintendo. I don't think Nintendo would ever allow something like Mario to be running around with an AK-47 or some shit. That'd be funny, though. That'd be the funniest thing in the world. Okay, so we got a couple super chats that came in. Appreciate you guys. $9.99 coming in from the homie John McKinney. What's your 2 favorite and least favorite lightsaber fights? My favorite, Luke versus Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi, and Yoda versus Sidious in Revenge of the Sith. And the second one, $4.99 from John McKinney. My least favorites, Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Darth Tyrannus in Attack of the Clones, and the sequel trilogy duels. Yeah, so as far as my favorites, obviously at the top, it's got to be Luke and Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back. To me, that is one of my favorite lightsaber duels, mainly because it showed a lot about Luke's character and how hasty he was, right? You know, all throughout Empire Strikes Back, Luke Skywalker was just like, you know, like go. And Yoda's like, bro, relax, take a deep breath. You can't rush. You can't be on autopilot. You can't do this. You got to take some time and learn and train. And basically that entire duel was Darth Vader just whipping his ass, like basically one-handing that shit. And then making Luke look like a fool, and then boom, cutting his arm off. It was crazy, man. Well, not his arm, but his hand. So that is one of my favorite Star Wars duels just because of that. And then right afterwards, obviously, would be the one from Return of the Jedi. But then after that, I mean, you know, like, I gotta say it because I love the movie. I fucking loved that Obi-Wan and Anakin fight from Revenge of the Sith. Like, yeah, okay, listen. Listen, it is... All the prequel duels It's insanely choreographed. It looks ridiculous at times. It's like, I don't feel like there's really any stakes when these guys are fighting, but it don't matter. That shit is a fucking bop, bro. Like when Obi-Wan gets up there, he's like, only Siths deal in absolutes. You will try. And they just go, bro, it was just so fucking dope. Yeah, it was a little long, you know, because like when like I'm watching that duel, I'm like, oh, this is great. And I'm like, yo, they're still fucking dueling? What is going on? Least favorite duels, you know, honest to God, bro, until you brought up Attack of the Clones, I forgot so much about that shit. Because the thing with Attack of the Clones is I think it's better than Phantom Menace, but not for the Star Wars-y shit. I think it's better because like shit happens in the movie, you know? But yeah, I would not say it's like supreme in terms of like, oh, it did great things as far as like lightsaber fights. Like the final fight when they were all on Geonosis and everything, I was like, I guess that's cool in the context of Jedi are finally using their lightsabers and doing Jedi shit. But you know, honestly, I would say that if I had to pick like a number 4, and this is where I'm going to disagree with you, John McKinney. I loved the Rey and Kylo versus the Palace Guards in The Last Jedi. I really liked that duel a lot. Yo, shout out to Strictly. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you, bro. This man Strictly been fucking menace on Twitter, bro. That dude had me dying. But yeah, I loved the duel between like where Rey and Kylo were just going up against the guards. I loved it. I thought it was very well choreographed and it looked beautiful too. And I'm a sucker for like red and black aesthetics. Some of my least favorite ones, anything from Rise of Skywalker. Anything from fucking Rise of Skywalker. Oh my God. The whole Rey and Kylo Ren fighting and then she stabs him and then she heals him. I was like, what the fuck was the point of this? What was this? The final duel where they're fighting Palpatine. I was like, what the... So yeah, anything from that. Trying to think what else. Yeah, no, honestly, it's just that. I mean, I could dip into like animated territory because there was a couple of lightsaber duels in Clone Wars that I felt were very like, you just needed a lightsaber fight this episode. But at the same time, it is a cartoon, so they need to do certain things. But you know, speaking of Clone Wars, fuck, how could I forget this? The fight between Darth Maul and Ahsoka at the end of, you know, the final 4 episodes of Clone Wars. That fight, it was so beautiful, bro. So beautifully animated, man. They actually got the motion capture artist. They got Ray Park, and I forgot who they got for Ahsoka. But that fight was great as well. Let's see, $10 coming in from Blue Century 19. Finally decided to buy the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller for my PC because only suckers buy AA batteries and it's a big upgrade for the base controller. Yeah, dude, I love the Elite V2. It's a great controller. I will say though, your mileage is definitely going to vary in terms of its durability. Make sure you get the warranty on that shit. Make sure you get the warranty on it. Register it because something might go wrong, whether it's the A button or whether it's the bumpers. Like if you've gone on any Elite V2 controller videos, you've heard people say, I love the controller, but the durability is trash. Now, me, myself, and I, knock on wood, nothing has gone wrong with my controller outside of like me dropping it off the bed and I have like a couple of scrapes. But it is something to be known. I'm still waiting for that Elite V3, man. Let me get Elite V3 with better durability. Let me get some haptic feedback. Let me get a share button on that, and I'll be happy, bro. Let's see. $5 from RT Avanti. Yo, Neo, I'm planning to visit my girlfriend in DC. Any tips for traveling by plane for the first time? Yeah. As far as like, okay, well, going to the airport, obviously. Make sure you get to your flight early. Make sure you get to your flight early so you can prepare for any type of BS that's happening, especially now in the airline industry where there's so much shit going on, flights getting canceled left and right. Always prepare for the worst. So it's always good to show up early. TSA, of course, airport security, as people have started flying again, that can take a long time. I mean, there are ways to circumvent it. Like, you know, you could get TSA pre-check, you can get a whole manner of services where you pay money and you can essentially skip the line. But if you're not going to be a frequent flyer, I wouldn't tell you to buy that. Yeah, honestly, I would say just experience it, because you're not going to know if you have a real fear of flying on a plane until you actually get on a plane. Because I always hear from people saying, oh, I'm afraid of flying. I'm afraid of being in the air. Well, you've never really been in the air before. So how do you know you're scared of it? Like, are you afraid of roller coasters? No. Then what the fuck? So yeah, I would say just experience it for what it is, man. And if you feel that flying is not for you and you have, you know, some type of anxiety about it, I know there's some people that take you know, some forms of medication that knock them out and they go on the flight and they just sleep it all the way. But I don't know, for me, part of the fun of flying is actually experiencing it from takeoff, and then when you finally, you know, stabilize in the air and you just get to look at the outside. It's beautiful, man. Depending on what class you're flying, whether it's like basic economy, coach, or you spring for other, you know, business class, first class, or whatever, make sure you bring some entertainment, because not all airlines are made the same in terms of what they offer. Like, you know, some airlines are better than others in terms of like what in-flight services they have to keep you entertained. So make sure you bring entertainment, whether it's, you know, if you have a Nintendo Switch, you got a PS Vita, you have a laptop or something, because you are gonna get bored on the flight. Again, it depends on how long this flight is. Make sure you pack some water as well. Like, they do give you stuff on the plane, like they give you like drink services and food services and all that stuff, but make sure you pack some water. Bring a water bottle, empty water bottle if you can, and you can fill it up at the airport, or you can just buy the overpriced water that they have there, which is what I usually end up doing, because it just is what it is. Like, yeah, okay, I'll spend the $5 to get a giant Essentia water bottle. Like, fuck it. Honestly, like, this is just a personal preference for me, but if I know I have a really big, like, early morning flight, I don't really like to eat too heavy the night before, because one thing I notice, if I eat too heavy and then I wake up early for a flight, I immediately have to go to the bathroom on the flight, and I don't like using airline toilets, like airplane toilets. I just don't like it. It's just weird. It's very cramped. You know, I'm already 6'4", so it's like really cramped being in there. And then of course, every single time you get up to use the bathroom, there's like 4 other people are going to be behind you. And then it's a line, and then you walk out of the bathroom. You got to worry, like, did I just blow the bathroom up or not? I don't know. So I make sure that I go before I leave. I go before I get on the plane, so there's no type of issues whatsoever. Now I'm just getting into like some bullshit stuff at this point. Have a tolerance, because, you know, when you're on a flight for a few hours and you're dealing with other people who you can't, you know, just walk away from, you're gonna have to grow tolerance, because you're gonna get a lot of annoying kids on flights, parents that don't discipline their kids for whatever fucking reason. You're gonna have annoying people every now and then. It's not gonna happen all the time, but build up a little bit of a tolerance to that shit. And if it is a problem, tell the flight attendant and tell them to sit the kids' asses down. You know what the funny thing is, one time I was on a flight. It was actually me and Tundex. We were flying from Texas to Chicago. And no, it wasn't Texas to Chicago. Yeah, it was Texas to Chicago. We were from Texas to Chicago, and then from Chicago we went to Nebraska. There was this one kid who was just running back and forth up the aisles, and I was sitting in the window seat because, you know, I like to have leg room. And Avanti, ooh, you're a tall person too, man. So depending on the flight, you might want to book a flight on an airline that's known for their leg room. Like, Delta is really good for their airline leg room. And, you know, you might have to book a window seat, bro. Not a window seat, an aisle seat, bro, just to have that extra room. But I was on this really small American Airlines flight like 6 years ago, and there was this kid running back and forth, and he kept bumping me. And every single time, because, you know, we were up at like 3 a.m. in the morning to catch a 5 a.m. flight. Every single time he kept bumping back into me, I woke up, and then Jamal would just turn over, because Jamal, he was awake. He was playing his 3DS, and he was just like, Chris, I know you pissed off, bro. And I was like, bro, I've never wanted to inflict harm on a child before, but dude, I was this fucking close. I was already cranky because I didn't get that much sleep the night before. And then one glorious hour of the flight, this kid was running up and down again. He ended up tripping, and he hit his head on one of the seat handles, and he was crying a storm like crazy, and the parents are going crazy. And even though he was crying and it was just a whole bunch of nonsense going on, I was like, justice. But yeah, other than that, bro, you know, flying is fun. I love flying. It gets me to the destinations I want to go. And it's chill, man. It's chill. Just put you, pack good headphones too. Pack some nice quality headphones, man. Definitely get some over the ear joints rather than just like your AirPods, because you can still hear stuff that's going on. So if you have a nice pair of Sonys or a nice pair of Bose, use those on the flight. All right. $5 from Don Otaku. What's your least favorite fantasy trilogy and why is it Lord of the Rings? Least favorite. This guy don't know me. This guy don't know me. He don't. Don Otaku, he's just stuck reading all those like young adult novels, like what's that thing called, Divergent, and all those other things that were coming out. Like what is it, like more all those weird fucking young adult things where everybody looks the same. That's Don Otaku's cup of tea, and they can't compare it to the GOAT that is Lord of the Rings, man. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Don Otaku. If you gonna hate, man, at least have something to back it up. Let's see. Chris, you need to come to the UK. We can go to London. Yo, I've been trying to get out to the UK for the longest time. I remember I was gonna go 1 week in 2017, but my passport didn't get here in time for my vacation, so I was like, fuck. Then I was gonna go in 2019, but I had what's it called? There was like a whole family emergency during that time, so I couldn't go. Obviously, COVID hit, and that kind of threw a wrench in everything. And now I haven't been traveling since, but I want to do something in 2023 as far as like going to another country. Like my big trip, my comeback trip, I want to go to Japan, but you know, they're still kind of like, hey, y'all stay your asses over there. So I'm of the mindset that when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. 199 super chat coming in from Nahon, Lord of the Bananas. What's the farthest distance you can pee? That is a very good question. So I wouldn't say this is the farthest distance, but there was one time where I don't know what it was. I think I might have been drunk as hell at the bar, but I remember like I was standing a good, I think like 3 feet away from the toilet. I don't know what it was. Oh, you know what it was? I was drunk at the bar, and you know how bar toilets are in that area. Shit was looking nasty on the floor, and I couldn't just hold it in until I left. So I didn't want to step in any of the gunk. So being really tall, I stood, I think like 3 feet or so back, and then I aimed for the toilet, and I got a pretty high success rate on this. So I'm proud of that. And then I just took, because it wasn't one of the toilets where it just automatically flushes. You actually have to press the handle. And I just extended my foot, and I just, like flushed the toilet from there. No, I haven't watched Prisoners yet, Film Lover. It's on my queue, my friend. It's on my queue. Yeah, no worries, Avanti. No worries, man. Wow, he put me in the Divergent crowd. That's your movie, bro. Who is it? It was like Shailene Woodley and somebody else in that. Listen, I heard you showed up to the fucking midnight premiere of that, Don Otaku. And I think that was before you met your wife, man. That's crazy. Did she know you did that? J Don, LOL, I've done that. I'm telling you, man, sometimes you got to get creative when you in those environments. You just like, nah, I'm not messing up my J's. Hell no. Hell no, I ain't stepping in that shit. We're actually going to be talking all about Obi-Wan Kenobi, not tomorrow night, but Thursday night on the Sweaty Cast, Chris, if you want to come through and pull up for that. $2 super chat from Flame. Neo, remember when I was as toxic as Don? Good times. When you used to be toxic? Used to be toxic implies that you stopped being toxic, which Flame. That flame has not been extinguished. What are your thoughts on Star Wars Bad Batch? I think it's a pretty solid animated series. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I think I'm kind of ready for like a new type of Star Wars animated series. Like it's good, don't get me wrong, but I'm at that point where I don't know, I feel like we're starting to fill in every single gap that is possible, but within these time frames. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say that I wouldn't like those stories to be told. It's just, can we do something different? Can we do a different era where things don't have to like tie in? Because I like seeing stuff tie in, but at the same time, it's like sometimes I feel we're working towards it tying in rather than it being a natural part of the story's progression. at least if you're gonna do something like that, do it with completely unknown characters, and then maybe have one person tie in, rather than, hey, we're gonna bring back all of these characters and, you know, like just Obi-Wan, that show, man. Let's see. What do you think about Joker 2 being a musical? I am actually in favor of that. I'm excited for it, mainly because it's so radically different from what everybody expected. I'm gonna be honest. The idea of a Joker sequel, I'm not really in favor of, because it works so well as a standalone movie. But at the same time, by that logic, they didn't need to do sequels to any movies out there. You know, like the first Terminator was good. The second Terminator movie was fucking incredible. So I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, depending on what they do. And I don't know, like a musical film based off of a comic book character, even though Joker's, it's not a full comic book movie, because, you know, it's just basically Taxi Driver, but with fucking Joker skin on it. I don't know. I think it'll be cool, man. Like, fuck it. Like, let's do it. Let's do it, man. I mean, we're still getting all these other superhero movies out there. Like, we're still going to get the Batman 2. We're still getting all the Marvel movies. DC is doing something with their universe. I have no idea. So if they're going to experiment and just do a fucking musical with these characters, hell yeah. Let's see how that goes. Hey, Neo, have you spoken about the issues of Spider-Man Lotus? I know you saw Twitter. Nah, Chris. We were actually waiting a little bit to speak on that, so we might as well just do it now. Okay, so excuse me. Who out here is not familiar with what Spider-Man Lotus is? I'm sure, you know, if you're a Spider-Man fan, you might have heard about it in passing, but if you don't really pay attention to fan communities, you might not have any idea of what it is. To give you guys a primer of what it is, Spider-Man Lotus is an upcoming fan film based off Spider-Man. It's produced by it's produced by primarily Spider-Man fans, and they had this whole Kickstarter to fund the movie. Their original goal was $20,000. They ended up exceeding that exponentially, grossing, I think, well over $100,000, something around that ballpark. And they had gotten a lot of attention from people in the community, most notably the director of the recent Spider-Man movies, John Watts, watched the trailer and he reached out to the director, said he's looking forward to it. Andrew Garfield also said he's looking forward to it as well. So there was a lot of stuff going into this whole fan film that got people excited. And if you watch the trailer of it, it looks pretty decent. I mean, as far as fan films are concerned, obviously, because, you know, limited budgets and all that stuff. But, you know, I'm a Spider-Man fan, so I was looking forward to see what they do with this. And the cast looked pretty solid. Production looked good. And all of a sudden, something started to trend on Twitter. And, you know, normally when you look at like the trending for you tab or trending tab in general, most of the time it's one of two things. Either it's excitement or somebody done fucked up. It's one of those two things. And in the case of Spider-Man Lotus, oh boy, somebody done fucked up. So what had happened was screenshots started to surface on the internet of the main actor who played Peter Parker in this fan film. And it was screenshots from a group chat where he was saying some like really vile and racist stuff. He was saying the N-word, dropping the hard R in there. He was saying a whole bunch of wild shit. And a lot of people were just like, whoa, what is going on here? Like, this is crazy. And, you know, immediately he issued a statement saying, that was me from a different time. I was much younger. You know, I grew up in a very religious, conservative Christian household. Like the whole usual shit. Like, I've grown, I've learned. Let's use this as a stepping stone to be better. And here's the thing. Not to defend anybody, but on the one hand, I could see that if you're somebody who had a really edgy period in your life where you did stuff that is really fucked up, you know, to a certain degree, mind you, to a certain degree, I'd be like, okay, right? Now, it's not something that I'd say like all is forgiven, but I look at that and I'd be like, dude, really? Come on now. But here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing about this whole situation. It'd be one thing if this was something that was said, like, let's say 10 years ago, 15 years ago. A lot can change. This is stuff that was said 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And it's crazy because while people give exceptions, like, oh, it was a long time ago, people have changed, and that could be true to an extent. I'm sorry. If you're born after the year, like, 1990, or even let's just say the 1980s, and you're acting like this, that's on you, bro. That's not learning. That is not learning, and you can try to be better. Like, you're born in a society where it's told that this shit is bad, and you still actively engage in that shit. Like, there's tons of people out there saying this shit is bad, and you chose to do that. And that was 2 years ago. And I was talking about this with my sister, and she said, wow, 2 years ago, that was when COVID started. So this man chose to be a racist in a pandemic? I fucking fell on the floor laughing. She said this man was cooped up at home and chose to drop the hard R. That's fucking wild. How old is the actor? I want to say these guys are like, what, in their late teens, early 20s, something like that, along those lines, which is why it makes it even worse. If you're born after 1999, 2000, and you grow up in an era where they tell you this shit is bad, especially in an era that grew up on social media, this shit is bad, and you still do that shit, I'm sorry. Like, you deserve everything that's coming to you. This isn't like 20, 30 years ago. This was 2 years ago when Instagram introduced the whole you know how you can like shit, like, oh, I like that comment, just to say, like, you know, I recognize that I saw it and I also acknowledge it more than just like I left it on scene. So, shout out to the super chats I just got, you guys. Thank you so much. I'll touch on those after this story. So yeah, he posted all this wild shit. Okay. And then the director of the movie, right? He had to issue a statement in regards to his leading actor. Obviously, you're the head of the production. So he comes on here and he does this whole thing like, I had no idea, like the same song and dance pony show. You can go look it up on Twitter if you guys want, but basically no type of accountability was taken. It's just the same old, like, okay, well, don't associate me with this nonsense and blah, blah, blah. And then the funniest fucking thing happened. The funniest thing happened right after that. Hold on. I think the background music just ended. Hold on. I gotta get some more background music. Hold up. There we go. And then the funniest thing happened right after that. So the director of the movie is basically denouncing his leading star, basically saying, like, don't lump me in with all this. Somebody leaked his group chat conversations. And they were even worse than the Spider-Man actors. They were even worse than his comments. And you're starting to think to yourself, Neo, how much worse can it get? Like, this guy dropped the N-word and all this other nonsense. This man was over here dropping homophobic content. This man was over here just saying like a whole bunch of racist content as well. And then this man said the reason why he didn't want to see Aquaman was because it was directed by a dog eater. So this man is just not like regular racist. This man is super duper fucking racist. And it's ironic because this is a guy making a Spider-Man movie talking about giving people hope, find the hope in people. I'm sorry, man, but you can't, there's no hope in getting out of this situation. This is wild. This is wild, bro. And then a lot of people are also doing some digging as well. And apparently he is like pretty fucking racist because he's ranked all the movies directed by like Asian people lower on the list. And he hasn't even seen Shang-Chi in terms of the Marvel movies. And I'm like, that's weird. Like, why hasn't he seen Shang-Chi of all movies, which is one of the better films to come out in Phase 4? And it's like, wait a minute. And I'm not trolling. I'm not trolling, you guys. Go on Twitter, type in Spider-Man Lotus, and then you'll see all this shit is there. And none of this shit is fucking Photoshop, bro. Because a lot of people are saying, this is Photoshopped, it's not legit. Like, no one would actually say this. It just looks too doctored. No, man. Because then you had other people come out and confirm it. Then you had other actors of the cast come out and say, yeah, no, this shit is actually legit. But it gets even crazier, you guys. It gets even crazier. Like, this next part might be the craziest bit out of them all. People were wondering, who's leaking all this stuff? Where's this stuff happening? Like, how is this happening? This is just a coordinated attack. Because no one like was, let's be real, no one was really looking at Spider-Man Lotus like on a day-to-day, like, I can't wait for this. Like, people are gonna be like, I'm excited for it, and I'll watch it when it drops sometime this year. Then all of a sudden all this stuff comes out, and we're trying to figure out, like, where's the source of all this nonsense? The source of the nonsense is a 15-year-old boy. A 15-year-old boy who used to be a fan of the director of this movie, Gavin. He'd been following him since he was 9 years old. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that went down, but basically had a falling out when he started to see that Gavin's ego had just gotten too big for his own good and blah, 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 and all this nonsense. And he was just like, no, I got to expose him. And I'm just thinking to myself, homie sat on this shit for 6 years. This is a 15-year-old boy. And I'm thinking to myself, this is syndrome. This is syndrome. This man sat on this for 6 years, whether it was intentional or not, just to roast this man in the prime of his life as he was getting ready to release this movie. Oh my God. I thought you were going to say the source was also racist. That'd be a wild story. You never know. You never know. Stuff is coming out. But yeah, bro. How you get exposed by a 15-year-old, and like, no disrespect to the 15-year-old if he's watching, but yo, that's crazy, bro. How do you have a Spider-Man fan film that's gotten over $100,000 in funding from fans? You're trending whenever you post a trailer. You have attention from John Watts and Andrew Garfield, and you just fumble the fucking bag, man. Fumble the bag. Oh my God. I can't believe this. And some people are saying that there's more news that has been coming out. Like, someone in the chat said that the Mary Jane actress dropped out. I don't know what that means. Does that mean like she's already filmed, but does that mean like she dropped her support of the movie? Like, she's not going to tweet about it when it comes out, or she's not going to acknowledge it, or blah, blah, blah. I have no idea. But either way, this situation is crazy. And there's other people coming out, like JD brought it up. Apparently the director didn't pay any of the storyboard artists. I've heard some conflicting reports about it. Like, either they weren't paid or they were just paid really shitty. That's insane when you have an $100,000 fan film budget that was budgeted originally at $20,000. Either way, this is wild, bro. Like, this is wild. And every single day it comes out $112,000, and the director was only 18 years old. Why are you giving $112,000 to an 18-year-old? This is why you, man, like, I'm not saying all film students, but this is why you can't be trusting some film students, bro. He paid them after the backlash. Wow. That's terrible, bro. That's fucking terrible. Yeah, I'll pay you after the backlash, after I get caught. This is crazy, bro. This is so fucking insane. Oh my God, bro. Like, I go on Twitter, there's probably gonna be something new that happened. Oh my God. All right, so let me go ahead, and while y'all are commenting in the chat, let me catch up on the super chats real quick. $5 coming in from Don Otaku. Thank you, my brother. Have you watched Trigun, and what do you think about the new Trigun anime project being announced? Yes, I love Trigun. Trigun is one of my all-time favorite anime series, and more people should watch it. So if you need an anime recommendation from your boy Neo, watch Trigun. It's great. It's one of Johnny Young Bosch's first major breakout roles in anime, and it's just all around great. I don't know how I feel about this new Trigun anime, because the last I heard, this is going to be 3D animated, and I'm not saying that 3D in anime can't work, but honest to God, I just much rather everything be 2D. Because you look at stuff in 3D, and I'm not saying that it can't look great, but more often than not, it just looks like a video game, bro. And not like a good video game, like a Naughty Dog looking video game. It just looks so PS2 quality. But if the quality of the show itself is great, like the series itself is top notch, of course I'll eat my words and say, oh no, it's actually good. But yeah, I haven't really looked too much into it outside of just like what I heard in passing. Some people said the staff who did Beastars is going to be working on this, so that has me interested because I really enjoyed what I watched of Beastars. So yeah, we'll see. 999 super chat from John McKinney. What is your favorite and least favorite Star Wars movie? My favorite Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedis. I like the Ewoks. Sue me. Wow, that's the first time I heard that. My least favorite Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi. And another $4.99 from John McKinney. Attack of the Clones was my least favorite Star Wars movie before The Last Jedi came out. So my favorite Star Wars movie, without question, is going to be Empire Strikes Back. I love Empire Strikes Back, not just as a Star Wars movie, but as a film in general. It does a lot of really good things and in terms of like crafting a sequel that's bigger, bolder, darker, while at the same time cementing itself as its own unique sort of film. And it's not like something where, oh, it's only good if you watch the last one because what happens in the last one pays off in this one. It's like, no. They had to craft a whole new story about what's going to happen in this one. So Empire Strikes Back is my favorite one of the group. Least favorite Star Wars movie. Dude, it's a toss-up between Phantom Menace and Rise of Skywalker. And the reason why I say that is because Rise of Skywalker, obviously, like, we're not going to rehash the sequel trilogy and its problems. Rise of Skywalker, to me, the biggest sin that it commits is that it does 100% damage control. 100% damage control because of what came before it. Right? Now, whether or not you like The Last Jedi, some people love it, some people hate it, that's irrelevant. Rise of Skywalker does not even have its own identity. Watching that movie, you question, what are we really doing here? Like, is any of this stuff, like, what is the story that's being told in this movie? It's not really continuing anything that happened in The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi. It's just a whole bunch of random nonsense that is going around, and you don't feel fulfilled by the end of it. But at the same time, The Phantom Menace is just so fucking boring. I know a lot of people say, like, Phantom Menace can't be the worst Star Wars movie after this. People need to go back and rewatch The Phantom Menace. Outside of that Darth Maul fight at the end, there's a lot of boring shit in The Phantom Menace. There's just a lot of people sitting around talking, and it's not particularly interesting dialogue that gets you engaged in the world of Star Wars. It's just like boring shit, bro. Really boring stuff. So it's a toss-up between the two of them. Like, I'll watch Rise of Skywalker because it's more entertaining, but at the same time, Phantom Menace has that Darth Maul fight, and to me, that Darth Maul fight is better than both those movies combined. So yeah, favorite is Empire. Least favorite is like either Phantom Menace or Rise of Skywalker. And yes, I will defend that Attack of the Clones is a better movie than Phantom Menace. Like, at least Attack of the Clones, shit happens. Like, yeah, it's not great and it doesn't make sense, but shit moves along better than the Phantom Menace did. Phantom Menace is like the longest 2-hour movie I think I've ever watched in my life. $4.99 coming in from the homie Corey Gryffindor. Sup guys, I'm on break. I'm going to be working while these streams happen, unfortunately. But good news, my Galactic Purple PS5 has arrived at my house today. Oh, that's sick, my guy. Well, Corey, it is good to see you as always, my brother. But yeah, go ahead and do your thing, man. You know, focus on that purpose, that passion, making that moolah, and that new PS5, bro. Yo, me and my boy Joaquin, what we gonna do is we gonna buy two pairs of the plates, and we're just going to ship each other the opposite ones. So we're gonna have two-toned PS5s. We haven't decided what colors, but I'm thinking on doing like that pink and that blue, make it look like a Nintendo Switch type shit. That would look awesome, bro. But yeah, man, it's good to see you as always, though, Corey. Oh, Grimdark, what's going on, bro? I needed 14 shots of Captain Morgan to watch Rise of Skywalker in theaters. Good God, 14? 14, bro? Your liver. Oh, no. Oh, no, bro. 14 of them, he said. Ouch, bro. Man, I don't know, you guys. I think I am getting old. Well, it's not because I'm getting old, duh. But, man, I went out drinking Sunday night after work, and I had like 2 drinks and a shot, and my stomach the next day was like, what is this? What did you do to us? And I was like, fam, what happened? It's 2019. I was so good. And now it's like, nah, fam, this ain't it. That's never a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just your body rejecting all the bad stuff. You see, the pod race scene is like 40 minutes long, though, Chris. Like, obviously it's not, but that thing is like 15 minutes. Oh, snap. We got Colin, my boy, who's been a member for the past 23 months, the next Hokage. Hey, Chris, how are you, my friend? I hope you're doing well. First off, I got some new steelbooks that I sent to you through Instagram. Secondly, can we hear your thoughts about the No Way Home spoilers? What No Way Home spoilers? There's new stuff that happened? Or do you just mean in general? Because I spoke about that. I spoke about it before. Oh, Professor Utonium, what's up? I spoke about it before. But if you want like a quick rundown of what I thought about it, yeah, sure. As far as the spoilers are concerned for Spider-Man No Way Home, for a movie that's been out for 6 months now, I really enjoyed a lot about the movie. At least the second half of it. The first half was definitely more of the MCU Spider-Man, which I'm not particularly the most engaged in. Shout out to Chris Fork becoming a member. Shout out to you, my brother. Thank you so much. But once you got into the second half of the movie, and as the plot started to ramp up, when you got the multiverse characters show up, of course, Toby and Andrew, that's where things started to get very intriguing. And the biggest sin I think that the movie committed was that I wanted so much more out of these characters. Like, I wanted so much more screen time for Toby and Andrew and them palling around with Tom. I wanted so much more than what we had gotten. And I feel like if they had maybe cut out some of the stuff in the beginning of the movie and focused more on that towards the end, it would have been better. But, you know, that's just me wishing that I got some more stuff. But it was great seeing Toby again. It was great seeing Andrew. It was nice to see some redemption for the characters. Like, you know, Electro got a mulligan. It was incredible to see Willem Dafoe pull off another Green Goblin performance. And honest to God, his performance in this movie is actually my favorite because in the first Spider-Man movie, like, I love Willem Dafoe, but it was just too cheesy for me to take seriously. Like, obviously I know that he was going for the whole 60s era type thing, but to me, there wasn't anything remotely threatening about that character outside of the fact that, oh, it's Willem Dafoe. But in No Way Home, this man is a fucking menace to society and what he does. Like, that entire condo scene is a top Spider-Man moment for me. From how it opens up with the spider sense and Peter's just walking around the condo wondering, like, wait, where is this coming from? I can't feel this energy. Where is it? And then he finally just focuses, and then he shoots the web, and it's the Goblin. Dude, that scene is so fucking cold. But to the same degree, I feel as if there's a lot of stuff in the movie that could have been handled better. Like, obviously there's some characters that were just thrown in because we had to fill the roster. Like Blizzard, I don't even know why that nigga was there, bro. That dude just showed up like, hey, you know, I'm here, guys. I'm here. What's up? And in general, like, Toby and Andrew, now this is just me nitpicking as a Spider-Man fan. They didn't really replicate their fight styles from their own individual movies. Like, honest to God, they felt really nerfed in these films. Like, I was looking at what Toby was able to pull off in his movies, and then seeing him here, it's like this man's been Spider-Man for 2 years. Same thing with Andrew. And you could say that, well, Toby is just so much older now, and Andrew, you know, he was depressed for a while. Sure. But at the same time, I was thinking like 3 Spider-Man fighting all these villains, we would have gotten better action than just a game of keep away. Like, I don't really think there weren't any legit fights going on between these Spider-Man and these villains. It was just a whole bunch of, like, you know, like ring around the rosy type shit. Like, we're going here, we're going there, keep away. And that to me was like the biggest disappointment of No Way Home, the fact that we didn't get any actual fight scenes. But, you know, that's just me nitpicking as a Spider-Man fan who just like, okay, you only have one opportunity to bring these fans back. Like, here, this is what you do. But I think more than anything, I loved what it did for Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Because the thing with Tom Holland Spider-Man is that they really dragged out his origin story. They dragged it out so much throughout these movies. and they finally gave him his I'm Spider-Man moment. Now, it came at the cost of losing everything, which is so sad when you think about it. Like, this Spider-Man has literally lost the most out of any Spider-Man, I think, in any medium. He's lost his, well, first off, he lost his parents. Uncle Ben, if he does exist. Aunt May, he watched her die. You know, all his friends, they don't remember him. And he's just alone. He's just alone. And it's so sad. But at the same time, that's that quintessential Spider-Man story. Like, no matter how many times he's beaten down, he just gets himself up, dusts himself off, and he just keeps on swinging. And I think that was very poetic, and it's what the character needed, especially after so many years of basically being a sidekick to all the other characters. Like, he just didn't feel as if he had his own identity. Like, yeah, he was Spider-Man, but he wasn't doing Spider-Man type shit. He wasn't doing the manly stuff. Like, one of the best parts about the Spider-Man character and why he's called Spider-Man and not Spider-Boy or Spider-Kid is that he was standing toe-to-toe with Iron Man and Captain America and Thor and all these other greats in the Marvel Universe, like Logan and just anyone you could think of. And he was able to vibe with them. He never gave off this demeanor of, yeah, you're not cut out for this. Like, he put in the fucking work. And there was such a long period of time where people did not know that this guy was a kid, you know, late teens, early 20s, you know, obviously as time progresses in these stories. And that was so amazing about it, because he was this child who had the responsibilities of a man. And we didn't really get those in the MCU movies. It definitely felt more like they wanted to do something that was so radically different from the previous two Spider-Man movies that they kind of leaned into that whole sidekick approach, and, you know, him not really having his own unique fighting style, like him having a lot of stuff given to him. And now he's had all that stuff taken away from him, and now he has to find his own place in the world. So I'm really excited about the future of Spider-Man going forward. God forbid Sony does any stupid fuck shit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm excited that we're now finally away from all of this, like, fanboy Avengers nonsense. I'm excited that this Spider-Man has learned with great power comes great responsibility. It kind of sucks that it took 3 movies when it realistically should have just been done in the first one. Like, let's be real now. Like, come on. Like, but it is what it is. You know, that's all water under the bridge at this point. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what comes in the future whenever they do another Spider-Man movie, whether it's like 2 years from now, 3 years from now, whenever Sony does some dumb shit, because, you know, they're gonna do that dumb shit. Oh, just speaking about Sony with Kraven, yeah, I hear they're doing this Kraven movie, and Kraven is gonna be an animal lover. You can't make this shit up at this point, bro. You can't make this shit up now. You cannot. This man is called Kraven the Hunter. He hunts big game, and now he's an animal lover. Okay. Oh boy. Like, I'm telling you, they just be employing anybody to write these movies, fam. Speaking of Colin, if you're still here, my guy, if you're still here, since you are here, we have got an unboxing to do. I'm gonna hit the super chats real quick, but we have got an unboxing because something came in the mail today that I know Colin's gonna appreciate as a stan of physical media. So we're gonna go through the super chats real quick, and we're just gonna do a live unboxing. Okay. So let's see. $4.99 from John McKinney. If you were a Jedi in the Star Wars universe, what lightsaber color would you have? I would have a green lightsaber. Yeah, you know what the funny thing is, John? Somebody asked us this question last week too, and I said I wanted purple. Like, that's the Samuel L. Jackson answer. Like, fuck it, can I have a purple lightsaber? I guess, you know. Like, I would love a purple lightsaber. I think almost every single lightsaber color has been done now. Like, Ahsoka's got the white lightsaber. Rey and Cal have like the orange lightsaber. So I want to bring back purple again. Blue is played out. Red is played out. Give me a purple lightsaber again. Let's see. $5 from Blue Senshi. Forgot the warranty on my controller. Also wasn't going to go out of my way to buy the Batman on 4K. Just bought it because I saw it while at Walmart. Oh, so you just happened to buy it because you saw it there. Okay, got you, bro. Yeah, I got the Batman on 4K. Got that Steelbook, bro. Where is that Batman? I think it's around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. I still have not opened it. I still have not opened it because I got to sit down and clear my schedule to watch this movie. But y'all know I fucking love the Batman. Great film. $4.99 coming in from Hibachi. What game is copied more, Breath of the Wild or Dark Souls? Neither. Actually, Rise Son of Rome is the most copied game in all of history. Listen, what you guys don't understand about Rise Son of Rome is Rise Son of Rome was the first video game ever created. That is the Arceus of the video game industry. Okay, every single action game owes their influences to Rise Son of Rome. In fact, I have it on good authority from my friend here, Flame. Rise Son of Rome actually invented Rome. So I think people need to be a bit more, like, they just need to do their history on how influential this game was. Everybody's talking about, oh, the Dark Souls of this, Breath of the Wild that, Persona over here. But people don't talk about Rise Son of Rome and it just like it being the template for modern day action games. Like I think Rise just needs a lot more respect. But no, to answer your question, Hibachi, I think Dark Souls is definitely more copied. I like just seeing how many Dark Souls clones we've had in recent years and how many games are modeled after Dark Souls in terms of like, yeah, we're going for like straight up bosses in this game and it's all about the difficulty and you die and you have to go back here. I would definitely say Dark Souls. Breath of the Wild, you have a couple games that look like it, but honestly, it's only a handful. You know what I'm saying? Like we're starting to see more now considering you know, the timeline that it's taken to create games from when Dark Souls first came out in 2012 versus Breath of the Wild in 2017. You're gonna have more of the clones come out, but yeah, I still think Dark Souls has the most. Rise invented third person. No, Grimdark. What you don't understand about Rise Son of Rome is that Gladiator took its influences from that game. Where do you think Gladiator got it from? You want to know where? From the carvings in Rome. Rise. Right there, bro. That's what it says at the top of those carvings. Rise. Man, listen. I will not take any Rise slander today. Oh my god. I fucking love this Rise meme. I think out of all the memes, that's the one I'm never gonna let go. I'm never gonna let that thing go. Well, shout out to Dimwit Monkey for becoming a member again. Well, I mean, he's always been a member, but I guess he's just re-upped. What's going on, my brother? 999 super chat from Robert Slade. Hey Neo, hope you're doing well. What's your favorite, least favorite from each of the Star Wars trilogies? Yo, what's up with all the Star Wars questions today? This is crazy. I mean, I love it. This is wild. Your favorite, least favorite from the Star Wars trilogy? My favorites are Empire, Revenge, and Awakens. The least are Phantom, Skywalker, and A New Hope. Wow. Most of the time when I hear people talk about the first trilogy, they always say A New Hope is their least favorite, is their either their most favorite or second favorite, but never the least. That's crazy. But I can see where you're coming from. I totally understand that. But yeah, so if we're talking about the three trilogies, okay, so we're going to start with the OG trilogy. My favorite, Empire Strikes Back. We're going into the prequel era. My favorite, Revenge of the Sith. Of course it would be Revenge of the Sith. And going into the prequel trilogy, okay, so this is where my answer is definitely going to change as the years go on. But right now, it's fluctuating between The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. And not for the reasons some of y'all expect. Like, some people are like, oh, how could you like The Last Jedi? It's terrible. It's a character assassination and yada, yada, yada. Here's the thing, right? Go back and watch The Force Awakens as its own standalone movie, and you will find out that it's basically Star Wars A New Hope, but repackaged. And that's not a bad thing if you're trying to relaunch a franchise. It's not. But when that's your only claim to fame and your only sole originality, that's it. The Last Jedi, while there were a lot of things that I didn't necessarily agree with, there was still a lot of stuff there that I thought was profoundly entertaining and interesting. And I'm like, okay, in that context of it being an isolated film, mind you, not something that should have been done in the second movie of 3, I like that factor, you know? I like things that were done in that movie that don't necessarily lean on tradition, you know, like Rey coming from nowhere and what that means, you know? But it's one of those situations where in the context of 3 movies, it shouldn't have been the second of 3 movies. So yeah, it's one of those situations where both of them I really enjoy. I mean, I enjoy Force Awakens more because it's a more palpable rewatch, because you get excited about, man, what could come next, and then it just never really went anywhere. But at the same time, I got more better things from The Last Jedi, like the whole scene with Luke and Yoda right there. That's like a top Star Wars scene for me personally, because of what it represents and failure being your greatest teacher. I'm like, that is fucking wow. That is true, because you know that's something everybody goes through. But yeah, if we're talking about the worst of the worst from the first trilogy, I would have to say Return of the Jedi, because I love the final like half hour or so of Return of the Jedi, but everything else I'm kind of indifferent to. The prequel trilogy, Phantom Menace, obviously, and the sequel trilogy, of course, Rise of Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker is the only Star Wars movie I have I have not rewatched, and it's been available on Disney Plus. I have the 9 movie saga as well. I could have watched it, but I just don't want to. There's just nothing there that's quality for me. Like I said, at least The Last Jedi, at least Phantom Menace, at least Attack of the Clones have good things I could pull from. Rise of Skywalker, I'm thinking like, what's the good things in this movie? Billy D Williams is back. I don't know, man. $4.99 from the Sensu Bean plug. It's 2024. Who do you vote for president? Dr. Doom or Emperor Palpatine? Jesus Christ. Dr. Doom or Palpatine? Ugh. Ugh, that's disgusting. I don't know. Will Doom let us do foot dives whenever we want? If he lets us do foot dives, I might have to vote for Doom, because then it's an equal playing field all around. But Palpatine is just living in a facade. Oh God. Palpatine's era is just probably really fucking depressing. But honestly, I would say that Palpatine would be more akin to what Palpatine would be more realistic, in the sense that, like, I'm sure there's some places that have elected Palpatines before and how they run things. $4.99 from Harrison. Want to feel even more old? I've been following you since NGS Vlog 30, and I was a freshman year in high school. Dude, I'm telling you, it's fucking insane. That's why I fuck with y'all so much, because there's some of y'all who've been here for like 1 month, 1 year. Some of y'all have been here for 14 years. It's crazy. But shout out to you, Harrison. Thank you for the support, my brother. All right. Let's see. Another $4.99 from the Sensu Bean plug. If Kathleen Kennedy hires you to make a Star Wars trilogy with full creative control, what would you do? I would do the Yuzon Vong storyline. Okay. First things first. I don't think I'd want to work under Kathleen Kennedy, because right then and there, that means the director ain't gonna work out. Let's just be real about life for a second. Damn near every single director that Kathleen Kennedy hires that isn't an established name like a J.J. Abrams, shit don't work. Shit goes left for some reason. So I would not work under Kathleen Kennedy. Now, if you were saying that Kevin Feige was also producing this movie, I am very basic. I'm very basic. I am so basic when it comes to what I want to see in Star Wars stories. I want to see Old Republic. I want to see Old Republic done in this new canon. I want to see how they would tackle it in this new canon. And I would not be afraid to go places with these Star Wars movies. I would not be afraid to tell some stories that aren't fucking callbacks to movies that have come before. I would not be afraid to take some risks with some of these characters. I would not be afraid for characters to have a moral gray area. I would not be afraid of any of those things. So I would do something with Old Republic, whether that means taking a lot of stuff from that original Legends lore, or maybe adding in some new stuff, some hodgepodge combination. I'm not sure. But for damn certain, I know that if I'm going to be making a trilogy at Lucasfilm, I would map that shit out beginning, middle, and end. I'm not saying we got to have all the scripts, but what I'm saying is, like, We know where we're starting out, we know where we're going, and we know how we're ending. And we got to make sure whatever routes we take, whatever detours, lead us to those objectives. Because there ain't no way in hell that Star Wars trilogy in 2010, that era, should be superseded by Marvel movies that had just been coming up in the past couple of years. There's no fucking way, bro. I cannot believe they fumbled the Star Wars bag that bad. No Cal Kestis movie? Nah, you see, here's the thing about Cal. I love Cal, but Cal's only got a limited amount of time to play in. You know, like his playground is very limited. It's in that era. And unless we do like an old man Cal story, like, you know, so many years later, I don't want to do that, man. I want to get away from the Skywalker era. I want to get away from all this shit. It's like, bro, come on now. Let's do some different stuff. And honestly, I'm going to be real, guys. I'm going to be 100% real. Depending on how Obi-Wan ends tomorrow. Nah, fuck it. It doesn't matter how it's going to end. I don't really trust anyone making these Star Wars shows if it ain't like the main team who worked on The Mandalorian. Because something fucking happened. From Mando Season 2 and how well that ended to Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi, where the fuck is the quality control? I feel like with Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi, we're just watching a 5-minute like short that stretched out to 6 hours. Like I'm struggling to figure out like what is the significance of these shows? And that's the biggest sin. How do you bring Ewan McGregor back and you don't give him anything to fucking work with other than the PTSD angle? That's what's killing me, bro. That is what's killing me. I don't trust any of them writing these Star Wars shows. That is, like, honestly, I'm the most excited for the Ahsoka series just because Dave Filoni's working on it. Because at the very least, Dave Filoni's going to write a good show. Why? Because he did Clone Wars. Let's see. Hold on one sec. Okay, $9.99 from John McKinney. Okay, hopefully this is the final Star Wars related thing. Nah, man, keep it coming. Everyone's talking about Star Wars tonight. I love it. My favorite original trilogy movie, Return of the Jedi. My favorite prequel trilogy, Revenge of the Sith. My favorite Star Wars movie, Force Awakens, or sequel trilogy movie, Force Awakens. My least favorite original trilogy, A New Hope. Wow, another person. Damn, a lot of people just don't fuck with A New Hope. My least favorite prequel, Attack of the Clones. My least favorite sequel movie, Last Jedi. That is so funny because most of the time I always see the rankings Empire, A New Hope, and then Return of the Jedi. And people primarily don't like Return of the Jedi because, you know, the Ewoks and it's just a whole bunch of other stuff that gets in the way of the finale. But I don't know. I'm one of those people that, like, even though I don't like a lot of the stuff that I like it, I enjoy it, I can still watch it and get around the things that other people complain about because it's not that big a deal. I mean, it is kind of weird that Ewoks are able to take down some of these things. But then again, if you know George Lucas and what he was going for, as far as his idea of the story he was trying to tell and what it was supposed to represent, it's like, oh, okay, I see it, George. Have you seen Lightyear yet? No, I haven't. I haven't seen Lightyear. I'm probably going to make my way out to see it sometime next week. Because tomorrow I'm going to watch The Black Phone. And then Thursday night we have the podcast. So the next time I'll be able to see Lightyear is probably next Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday nights are like my movie nights. Yeah, unless like there's a big movie come out on Thursday. Like Thor Love and Thunder comes out the 7th of July, which is crazy. It's almost July. Holy shit. And I'll probably be seeing that Thursday. I forgot what my tickets were for. I don't know if I got like the 3 p.m. showing or I got the 7 p.m. showing. Let me see. Size matters not. That's true. Oh, I gotta see Elvis as well. I've been hearing good things about that. Okay, so I'm seeing Thor Love and Thunder Thursday at 3 o'clock. So we'll be able to do the podcast that night. And then I'll probably see Elvis. Oh. Because the thing is, I could go see Elvis like before I go into work Sunday, but I don't like going to movies before I go into work because I'm like, no, I want to enjoy the rest of my evening. So that's why I leave it till like my days off, you know? Because there's something so nice about just going to the movies in the evening time. I like it. I used to watch movies like first thing in the morning though. Like I remember I saw Thor Ragnarok at like 9 a.m. on a Sunday. IMAX. I think that was definitely the earliest I'd seen a movie. Let's see. $2 from Flame. Oh, come on. Book of Boba Fett was fine. It was like a bantha. You and Gabe with this fucking bantha line. Bro, that shit. $4.99 from GC Plugs, the homie Bobby. Good to see you, my friend. Never seen Star Wars other than the latest one, and that's because I was dragged to it. Where should I start? Also, hope you're doing well, bro. Thank you, my brother. I'm feeling a lot better. Whatever this sickness is, the last of it is clearing itself out. It's just a lot of me clearing my throat. But yeah, as far as where you should start, bro, honest to God, just start with the movies. The thing about Star Wars is that it's always interesting seeing how people get into Star Wars now versus how most people got into Star Wars, which was back then. Like every single person I talk to has seen Star Wars. They started watching Star Wars either when it first came out or they watched it as a kid on VHS. Which is how I watched it. I first saw Star Wars in like the late 90s. My dad had these, it wasn't the special editions on VHS. It was like, I think whatever edition was like right before it, he had them. I gotta see if I can find where they are. They might be upstairs. But it's always interesting to see people watch Star Wars now because Star Wars is one of the things where, how do I say this? I'm not saying that they haven't aged well and they're a product of their time. But Star Wars is one of the things where if you grew up with it, you have a certain level of an attachment. You can call it nostalgia, but there's just something like that's so beautiful about this franchise being a part of the culture for the past 50 years and the staying power it has and what we've gotten in the past 20 years, you know? So I would say just watch all the movies, watch them in release date order rather than chronological order because you're going to be able to appreciate them a lot more. It's like the same thing with Kingdom Hearts. I always tell people, play them in release date order. Do not play them in story chronological order. Because some of the things that are big surprises in those prequels and all that stuff is only because, you know, you would watch the originals. So watch them in release date order. Start with the original trilogy, episodes 4, 5, and 6. Then watch the prequels. Then watch the sequel trilogy. Okay? And then you could start getting into some of the supplemental material. The biggest one being Star Wars, The Clone Wars. That's an animated series that takes place in the prequel era in between episodes 2 and episodes 3. And the best part about the prequel era, in my honest opinion, is the Clone Wars because of what it did. Because the prequels, I mean, you'll come to find out, you've probably heard all the memes before, Bobby's, but the prequel movies are kind of rough. They're very rough in terms of their dialogue, in terms of a lot of things. But what they did very well was lore building. And the Clone Wars animated series just expands upon that, and it gives a hell of a lot more development for these characters. So it's really good in that respect, and it's just a damn good series to boot, especially when you start lining up the timeline. Like, for example, the final season of Clone Wars lines up with the final movie in the prequel era, and it's just so amazing to see how that stuff is handled. So Clone Wars TV series is awesome. And then you have the newer stuff, like The Mandalorian, which is like the first live-action Star Wars series, and that stuff is really good too. It takes place after the original trilogy. So hypothetically speaking, you could watch that after the original trilogy, but to the same degree, I always say, get all the other stuff out of the way that as it released, because The Mandalorian starts dipping into some of the other stuff that existed in the Clone Wars area, and characters start showing up. So yeah, man, just enjoy it. Take your time with it. Have fun. If you come out of it like not necessarily like not wondering, I'm sorry. If you come out of it wondering like what's the big deal, I would not be too surprised at that, because like I said, Star Wars is one of the things that you kind of just had to grow up and absorb it. It's crazy, man. It's like, I'm not saying that the nostalgia is there, but it's one of those things where if you come out and you say the movies are all right, the animated series is better, that is a take where I would not be too surprised. I'm just saying, because I know a couple people out there who like the Star Wars movies, who watch them in the modern era, but then they love the Clone Wars animated series so much more because it's better written and it has more character development. So, yeah. Okay, so before we tackle a couple more super chats, I think we should take some time to do something we haven't done on the channel in a while, and let's do a live unboxing. Now, this is something that I literally just saw in the mail. I didn't check the mail today at all. And I noticed I had a package. Now, I already know what is this package, and if you guys look at the shape of the box, you can tell obviously it's some type of a Blu-ray, right? Because, you know, we still stand physical media out here. But this package is coming to us from our good friends over at Right Stuff, which I've been buying a lot from in the past year or so, as I've really gotten back into building up my physical anime library. That was something I kind of stopped doing during like the height of the streaming era. I was just like, well, all these shows are streaming. Why do I need to buy a lot of stuff? So I'd only ever buy like maybe 2 to 3 series a year. But now, as we've seen with the streaming wars and all these other platforms and how licenses have been, you know, unfortunately lapsing for a lot of these titles, the best way is to buy your physical media when it comes out and support it, and not worry about, oh my god, is this series going to be streaming later? Do I have to deal with piracy? Let me just go buy and support it. So there's one franchise that I've been like, no matter what, whenever they put up a new listing for it, I buy it, no questions asked. And it's something that I've been very vocal about for like the past almost 10 years now. Definitely 10 years when I think about it. Because 10 years ago was like the last time the original distributor released new content for it. And I'm, of course, talking about Case Closed, aka Detective Conan. Now, back in 2020, Discotek Media had announced that they were going to be publishing more Detective Conan movies. And it was the strangest thing because it kind of came out of nowhere, because we're like, Funimation, they stopped producing Detective Conan stuff back in the early 2010s. They had dubbed the first 6 movies. They had dubbed, I think, like 130 episodes of the anime. But because Detective Conan it's kind of like, the best way I could describe it is it's like Law and Order. It's like Law and Order in Japan, where it's like every single episode is standalone. You could hop in, you could enjoy it, you can have fun. There is a story per se, but it's not this like, oh, tune in for every single episode to watch the story. It's like literally there'd be like 100 episodes, and then maybe like 5 of them have plot significance. So obviously not the most marketable series. But, you know, I grew up watching Case Closed on Adult Swim, and if there ever was something that I was like, okay, you can't get the series because it's just no one's gonna buy that shit, at least give us the movies, because they're, you know, nice. Detective Conan, they're like basically longer episodes, and they started releasing them in 2020, and they've kept releasing them ever since, and just no questions asked. I've bought it and I've supported it, and now we have the latest one, Case Closed, Detective Conan, the Blue Fist of Sapphire. I have no idea what kind of a title that is. I have no idea what's going to go on in this, but I assume some people are going to be throwing hands. It's got Kaito Kid, Phantom Thief on that, so of course I'm going to love it. But yeah, Discotek has been releasing these for the past 2 years, and they've put out quite a few. And there's some series for people where no matter what, it doesn't matter if they don't get to it for a while, they buy and support it. And that's what I've been doing with these Detective Conan Discotek updates, right? So it started out with the first one, which is episode 1, which is essentially, this is like, they did this, I want to say, for the I think it was like the 25th anniversary, something like that, where they basically just redid the first episode. They redid the origin and they updated it with you know, just like some of the things that have changed since then, and some characters who show up after the first episode, they now show up in this, which is very weird. It's like one of those George Lucas things where, oh, they were there this whole time, you guys, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, this was like this OVA thing they did. And then they released Zero the Enforcer. Now, the funny thing is that these had existed, like these movies obviously existed in Japan, but the dubs, these are brand new dubs. These are done by Bang Zoom, which is a studio out in California, versus Funimation. So this is a brand new cast, brand new actors. You'll get the occasional 1 or 2 actors who worked on the original show on this, just because, you know, they live in California. But the funny thing is, these dubs had been done for years, right? But they were only ever playing at like conventions and on some airlines. If you were watching the movies, they had an option for an English dub, and that was this cast, the Bang Zoom cast. It was crazy. So now they're finally getting around to basically releasing those on home media, which is awesome. The slipcase for this, I have to figure out where in my room it went. I have no idea, but we have Zero the Enforcer. And like I said, you guys, I have not even gotten around to opening all of these Blu-rays. It's just they go on sale, pre-order for like 17, 18 bucks. I just pre-ordered it right then and there. We have the Crimson Love Letter. We have Sunflowers of Inferno. I know Colin's loving this right now. He's like, yes, Blu-ray update. We have The Darkest Nightmare. And obviously we have the most recent one, which is The Fist of Blue Sapphire. And this is something really cool. This was the crossover movie they did with Lupin the Third. And you guys know I am a big Lupin stan. I love it. I love the cast. I love the English dub more than anything in the world. It's so fucking hilarious. And they did like this crossover movie special a long time ago, and I think they also did a TV special too. But they released those sub only, and now they re-released them with a brand new dub. So of course I had to support it. So yeah, Detective Conan is just one of those things that, because it's been out of print for so long, and the odds of this being out in the market for that much longer are very slim to none. Because, you know, Discotheque is a boutique seller. So it's one of the things that really caters to the fans. So it's like, if you don't buy it when it comes out, the odds of it being here long term, unless it's a big seller, kind of slim to none. So yeah, you know, that was like a mini anime Blu-ray update on the stream of just all this shit, man. And I love it. And it's good to collect physical media because none of this shit is on streaming. You can only really buy the movies on like Amazon Prime Video, which I don't really do. I don't like buying digital movies. I'll buy digital games before I buy digital movies. But yeah, it's just nice owning the physical copy, and then like 10 years from now, I'll be like, oh man, I want to watch all this stuff. It's not on streaming. Too bad, so sad for all the other people. But yeah, you know, Case Closed movies are kind of like my guilty pleasures. Like they're just giant mystery episodes. They're not like Knives Out tier in terms of storytelling, but it's nice to have those type of things every now and then, you know. Will Case Closed ever end? That is a very good question, Sensu. To put it in perspective, like, the main characters just entered into a relationship after the show's been on the air for 25 years. 25 years. So it's one of those series that it's like, you don't watch it for the story. You just watch it for the mysteries. And you know, it's just like the fucking Simpsons, you know? Oh man. But if it's all right with you guys, I think I'm gonna take a 5-minute break, 5-minute intermission, just to give my voice a little time to rest, because I want to go for another half hour so we can make this a full 2-hour stream. Well, actually more than 2-hour stream, like a full 2.5. I want to go for 2.5 hours, but I'm thinking like, you know, the only way I'm gonna do this is if I take that 5 minutes, because I've noticed I've been clearing my throat a little more often. So I'm gonna take a break for 5 minutes. We will resume at 8:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So time your clocks for 5 minutes. We will be back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and we back, you guys. We back. We back at it like a crack addict. What's going on, people? What's up? Yeah, I just want to give myself like 5 minutes or so. Hopefully that'll sustain me for the next half hour. Because the thing is, my one good thing, if you guys were in the last streams, you noticed how after 2 hours my voice would be really hoarse and I would start coughing. And I haven't really been coughing. It's only been me clearing my throat because of whatever this thing is. So that's a good sign. My voice is getting used to doing the streams again. But yeah, definitely after this, I'm just gonna brew myself some hot tea. I'm gonna have that, put a little bit of honey in it. We missed you. I missed you guys too. This is the longest, like 5 minutes. But let me go ahead and answer some super chats that I put to the side because we were doing this mini Blu-ray update. We have a $1.99 super chat coming in from the Sensu Beam Plug. What's your favorite KOTOR cinematic? So this is kind of weird because the thing about like that era of video games is that sometimes you had cinematics that were like legit professionally produced and they look so different that they're not representative of like the actual game. Like, you know, when Kingdom Hearts did some of those things. But at the same time, like, would you consider in-game stuff cinematics? Because yeah, it looks so dated, but they were technically cinematics. Okay, so this is gonna be a big spoiler. This is gonna be a spoiler for an almost 20-year-old game. If you guys haven't played KOTOR yet by this point, come on now. But in KOTOR, there is a huge revelation. There's a huge revelation in the game that is a major jaw dropper. That if you're playing through the game and you think nothing of it, you're like, okay, it's fine, until it happens and you're just like, what the actual fuck? That scene will forever stay in my head rent free, right? And I think that was pretty much a good way of dancing around spoilers without revealing it, even though I'm saying that, okay, yeah, expect a major revelation, a major twist in the game. So that's probably going to be mine. I'm interested to see how they handle it in the remake, if they are going to be changing some things. $2 from Flame. Neo, who was Wade in episode 4 of Obi-Wan? I'm lost. Yo, I'm trying to figure that shit out myself, bro. Who the fuck is this Wayne dude? I have no idea. $4.99 from John McKinney. Honestly, I like the 2D Clone Wars series better than the CG one. It was more adult-oriented, and Ventress was way cooler in 2D. Yeah, I love the 2D series. I really do, John McKinney, but I felt like the CG series, it just gave us way more to the Star Wars world, and it had better storytelling. And so for me, that's a little more paramount to the intense action that they had in the 2D series, which was great because, you know, it was done by Genndy Tartakovsky. He's fantastic. But, you know, it's one of those things where would I rather just that, or would I rather all the other stuff the Clone Wars series gave me? But I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty big fucking, it was a bit, in my opinion, it was a downgrade going from the 2D series and how beautiful that looked with the animation to the CG series. Because the CG series, it took a couple of years to really get to the point where it looked awesome. Because, you know, it looked, I'm not saying it looked budget, because it was groundbreaking for the time. But it didn't start to get really fucking fluid until like season 3, I want to say. And then if you look at some of the stuff that was done with the final season and how amazing that looks, holy fuck. Oh, what's up, NV Dub? What's up, my guy? Yeah, season 3. Season 3 is where I started to pay attention to the Clone Wars show. Because I remember I was talking to Gabe, Danny, and Adam about the Clone Wars show. And it was a struggle for me to get through the first 2 seasons. I was like, yo, this shit is so fucking boring. Because the problem with the Clone Wars series is that there's a lot of episodes in the show that are just kind of there for the whole Saturday morning cartoon vibe to fill time. Some of them do expand the lore, sure, but I was more about like the meat and potato story episodes, and we didn't really get too many of those in the first 2 seasons. But then season 3 onwards, we got a lot of that shit. Like, man, that shit with Darth Maul, fucking hell, bro. I might have to go back and rewatch Clone Wars, to be honest. What are your thoughts on the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game? fantastic. Rob and I, along with Danny, we co-opted it Thursday night. We ended up beating the game in just one sitting. It was a lot of fun, man. And I'm excited. I'm excited to go back and check out like the 6-player co-op mode. But yeah, if you guys are on the fence about getting the new Turtles game, definitely pick it up. It's like $22, $23. It's on Game Pass, console and PC. Have fucking fun, man. It's great. It's from the same guys that did the recent Streets of Rage game. Case Closed is like almost 1,000 episodes last time I checked. Hold on, let me see. How many episodes of Detective Conan are there? 988. 988, with the only two other series beating it out are One Piece at 1,014 and Pokemon at 1,115. And like I said, Case Closed is not a show about... Case Closed does not have a story. They'll have maybe a story relevant plot point sprinkled in every like 50, 60 episodes. And that's it. Let's see. Do you still work in the service industry? Yeah, I still do. I still do like 2 nights a week. 2 nights a week. Make some extra cash. How long do you have left for the stream, Neo? We're going to go for another 20 minutes and then we're wrapping it up. Damn, this stream went by quick. How's it been over 2 hours, you guys? Shit's crazy. One Piece manga entering its final arc. Yeah, it is. But remember, entering its final arc, that doesn't mean the show is ending in like 6 months. That means Oda has plotted that stuff out and he has a few more arcs left. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he stretches it till 2027 just to make it 30 years. But then again, you never know. It could be over in 3 years. Neo, are you a fan of Regular Show? I asked before, but may not have gotten the answer. Yeah, I've enjoyed Regular Show. I haven't seen the full series, but I've watched a good chunk of the episodes. It's pretty damn good. Regular Show, Adventure Time. I still need to like fully catch up on Steven Universe. I've only seen a little bit of that. There's a lot of like cartoons, Western cartoons I haven't really finished up. Like Owl House, I need to watch the new season. I need to watch that like Amphibia show, people said. I need to finish up Gumball. That was really good, the couple episodes I watched. What's better, an Xbox gaming PC, Steam, or Xbox? Oh, I think you just mean like a gaming PC or Xbox. Honestly, it all depends on like what you want, man. I mean, a gaming PC is the most versatile platform of them all, because you can play almost every single game out there. But to the same degree, if you're not really a PC gamer and you just want to stick to consoles, then just get an Xbox console and get your Game Pass. It all comes down to like you and your own preferences. But I always tell people it's good to have a decent PC in your setup. You know, it doesn't have to be top of the line, but just the ability to have a platform to play a lot of games that you wouldn't get on the other platforms is pretty dope. And the deals on PC are really good. What's up, Big Nate? Welcome back, Don Otaku. It's good to see you. I'm 15 years old. Should I watch Schindler's List? Yeah, I actually saw Schindler's List when I was in 10th grade. So I was like 16. So yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's a very, very good movie. Watch all the Harry Potter movies backwards. It'll bring you to tears. Just see he's just a boy that dreamed about a world of magic to escape from his abusive uncle and aunt. Yeah, there was that funny fan theory. Like imagine Harry Potter ended and he just like woke up and everything he experienced was just like one long dream. That would have been the craziest shit. If J.K. Rowling actually did that, like literally it's just like, and then he woke up. Bro, the backlash would be incredible. But that I would forever respect her if she actually did that. Now she's just over here retconning all this shit. Like, did you know before toilets were invented, wizards would just shit in place and then use their wand to make it disappear? Like J.K. Rowling, we did not need to know that. It would be depressing, bro. Holy shit. Hey, what's up, Maddie? What's up, my guy? Thankfully, this time you did not come in during a really awkward conversation. Yeah, we were talking about the Spider-Man Lotus situation when you first joined the stream, Maddie. That was wild. Amphibia's good. Both Amphibia and Owl House aren't caught up on Disney Plus. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, they always wait until the season is over and then they put it on there. What are your thoughts on Spy Family? I love it. It's great. I still want to know about the other schools in the Harry Potter world. Listen, David, I want to know about that stuff too, but I don't trust anything. Listen, the only thing I trust right now from the Harry Potter world is Hogwarts Legacy. That's it. I'm looking at what they're doing in terms of all the other shit, like Fantastic Beasts. You guys want to know how disappointed I am? Oh, Sensu Bean. Oh, Sensu Bean, you were here when we talked about the KOTOR thing, right? I don't know if you were here or not. I didn't check the chat. But yeah, dude, that Fantastic Beast movie was on it's on HBO Max now. I don't even want to watch the new joint, man. I don't even want to waste like the 2 hours and change for that shit, bro. That is time. You know what I need to do? I need to buy the 40-year-old version on Blu-ray because they just took it off of streaming again. That is like my comfort food movie. I love that movie. What are some of y'all's favorite comedies? Okay, you were here? Okay, cool. Just making sure. Because I want to make sure like if you were actually here to listen to it because you donated. I hate those kind of theories like Ash is in a coma. Well, I mean, that would kind of make sense. How old is Ash now? Like 12? Took him like 24 years, so he's aging pretty good. You know, Hollywood white women are wondering what his secret is. Steven Universe's story is very broken. Oh my god, what? Like, I know they get really crazy, but I don't know the specifics. Like, what the fuck? What are your thoughts on the Fantastic Beasts movie? It's so funny because we just talked about this. Man, listen, I love that first Fantastic Beasts movie. I just rewatched it a few weeks ago, and I was like, wow. This is like its own thing. Sure, it's not as great as the Harry Potter movies, but it doesn't have to be. It could do its own little thing with its own little characters, have its own different flair and style. And then they fucked it up. And then the second movie came around and it was like exposition dump. How do you make a story about Dumbledore and his greatest rival so fucking monotonous? Okay, so before we go, I think I'm gonna order some Uber Eats, man. I'm hungry. I don't feel like cooking. We might do a live Uber Eats ordering session, friends. Uber Eats, where you pay so much money in delivery fees for no reason. Let's see if there's any promos. Of course there's no promos. Let me see. Hold on. 1 second, my friends. Where do I want to order from? Hold on. Nigga is hungry, bro. That's not bad. $8 off 30. I can work with that. It's just finding things to fill the $30. I'll get this. Damn, this place, you gotta buy the sides too. Oh, fuck me. Oh, wow. I'm like $3 away from saving the money. That's how they fucking get you. Damn, the dessert is like, how much? Oh, God. A Philly cheesesteak egg roll. Like, I'm just trying, guys, I'm just trying to, like, get There's nothing here that's like $3. This is how they get you to spend the money, friends. Don't be like your Uncle Chris. Don't be like Uncle Neo. In order to use a coupon, I gotta spend all this money. Oh, come on. What can I order? Do they even have? I just saw desserts. Maybe some fried pickles. Oh no. I might fuck around and get some mac and cheese. They have these deep fried battered cheesecake balls. Should I get cheesecake bites or should I get mac and cheese? That mac and cheese looking nice, bro. I spent $4,100 on Uber Eats from this year alone. I need to chill. Yo, you gotta relax, bro. You gotta fucking relax, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, but right now I'm only ordering from places that have the promo attached to it, so I don't feel too terrible about the fact that I'm wasting $4 on a convenience fee. Cheesecake? Yeah, I mean, because for this mac and cheese, it's like $6. The cheesecake is like 12. All right, so if I put the cheesecake bites, all right. You know what? Yeah, everyone's saying the cheesecake. Yeah. You're saying you save. Yeah. Oh, golly, bro. All right, so let's see. And then with the discount. You see, it's when you're looking at it. It's when you're looking at it. That's where you're like, yo. That's when you're looking at the menu like, do I really want this food that bad? Nah, because with the food I'm ordering, I'm getting a meal, I'm getting the sides, and I'm getting dessert. It comes to like $39. Then I pay for tip, because, you know, obviously I tip really well. So this could be like 40 and change. I could go to a sit-in restaurant, have a drink, have a meal, and oh my god. You see, this is why I have a conscience, you guys. I got a fucking conscience. Get some Domino's instead. I could get some pizza. I could fuck around with some pizza. Pizza would be a hell of a lot cheaper. That's true. Should I get some pizza instead? I'm just being so cheap tonight. Get the cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake. Yeah, but you guys are saying treat myself. All right, what should I do? Should I spend $45 on 3 items of food for myself, which is a fucking brolic ass cheesesteak, a French fries, cheesecake bite, dessert, or should I just order a pizza? The Krusty Krab pizza. Let's go. Get Chinese. I could do Chinese. I might get some Papa John's. Let me see what Papa John's is hitting for. Hold on. Let's look what Papa John's is hitting for. No Little Caesars though, because you know we like our colons. All Little Caesar fans. They have oh my god, Papa John's might be the move, guys. They have an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza, and you guys know me, I like stuffed crust pizza. That might be the move, guys. Stuff with pepperoni and cheese. That might be the move, guys. That's the racist Phil Dobie hitting. Yup. I paid $40 for a whole meal and drinks for me and my girl yesterday. Don't do it. Between you and a girl, that's a good deal, bro. For 2 people, that's a great fucking deal. He might mess around and go back for the cheesecake. Let me see what's on special at Papa John's. Carry out. See, the thing is, the Papa John's is like, it's like a 10-minute drive from the crib. I could do delivery, but I mean, here's the thing. Now I gotta weigh out if I want to pay the delivery fee and tip for convenience or miles because gas is expensive. I'm filling up my tank anyway tomorrow, so I'll pick it up. Fuck it. I'm gonna pick this up. He likes that racist pizza. Oh, shut up, Gabe. Nah, so we're gonna do Papa John's, guys. We're gonna do Papa John's. All right. Let's see the deals. I love how this whole half of the stream was supposed to just be us finishing questions, and now we're just ordering fucking pizza. All right. Okay. They got some pretty good. I like that picks. The picks for $6.99. You can get a pizza and you can get like something else. I might do that. But you can't get the stuffed crust. Yo, you ever have those papadillas before? Those papadillas are actually pretty good. Is it your cheat day yet, sir? We're making today the cheat day, Marcus. We're making today the cheat day. All right. I think I might do that. A Philly cheesesteak papadilla. That looks pretty good, bro. Yeah, I might get that. I'll get those 2 pick sixes or whatever it is. I'll get a papadilla. And I don't want wings from here. You know what? You know what sucks though? You know what's fucking fire? Domino's cheesy bread. I fucking love Domino's cheesy bread. Oh, I'm gonna get to the super chats in 1 second, guys. Let's just order this fucking food. So I got a papadilla, and I'm gonna make a pizza. Medium, original crust. Normal, square, or clean? Let's see. What do I want? What kind of cheese? Normal cheese. Bacon. Pepperoni. I might just do pepperoni. Yeah, I'll just do pepperoni. A papadilla and a steak papadilla and a medium pizza. We're all ordering pizza. I love it. That's not bad. Because I was gonna get the pepperoni stuffed pizza, but I kind of want to get like 2 things, and that's where the pick 6 comes in. That's yeah. Ooh, an epic stuffed crust, 1 topping, and a bread side. What's the bread side? Let's see what bread sides they have. Hold on. Let's create your own. Breadsticks, jalapeno popper rolls, 10-inch cheese sticks, garlic knots, garlic parm. 16 bucks and then extra bread. Nah, I'll stick with the deal I got. Fuck it. You don't like stuffed crust? I love stuffed crust. Wow, people don't like stuffed crust? Oh. That's crazy. That's crazy to me, you guys. Let's log in. Yo, oh my god. That's why I used to love going to Pizza Hut back in the day. I loved going to Pizza Hut back in the day because they were the only ones that had stuffed crust. I think I got... Wow, and I have a $10 Papa Dough coupon. And it expires on the 4th. Okay. So I might have to fuck around. No, I'll order. Was it 24? I'll order again. I'll use that later. I feel very. I'm good. The adventure you've all been waiting for. Yes, indeed. So yeah, what we're ordering tonight, we're being very basic. We're doing the deals, the 2 $6.99 deals. I'm getting a pepperoni pizza and I'm getting a Philly cheesesteak papadilla. Hold on. Gotta put in my details. Could have sworn I had my card saved here. If I have enough money for rewards for a Papa Dough, I thought I had that shit. One sec. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why is this? Okay. All right, almost done here, guys. All right, one sec. Okay, so I placed the order. After the stream, I'm gonna go pick that up. 14 to 24 minutes. The Neo being cheap stream. Absolutely. In the era of inflation and delivery fees, your boy Neo's gonna be a little cheap. But now I'm gonna save it for like another cheap meal where I go crazy. Okay, let me go ahead and get through these super chats real quick because I missed a few. Sorry about that. So $5 super chat from Don Otaku. What American movie and / or Western video game do you think would work best as an anime? Okay. American movie or a Western video game that would work best as an anime? A Western video game? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind if we had something like, if we're talking like Western video games, I want to see them take another stab at doing like a Mass Effect anime. I know they've done that before, but I think like a legitimately produced long-running, long-form Mass Effect anime series with some of the best in the industry working on it would be pretty fucking fire. So that's something I would probably go for, you know, because you don't really see, unfortunately, there aren't really too many like really traditional sci-fi anime series out there. I mean, there's still a couple, but nowadays they're just getting so either they have to be really different for the sake of being different, or it's something like we're going to go into another world, like an isekai, like a Sword Art Online, a virtual type of thing. And you know, with the, like, there's like the era of where we got shows like Cowboy Bebop and Outlaw Star and those type of shows where you just have this crew going on these missions. Like, we don't really see that as a genre anymore. So I would definitely pick that up. I would definitely pick up a Mass Effect anime if it was like that. $5 from Don Otaku. Little Caesars must have changed the recipe or something because I usually don't like them. But last time I had it, that shit slapped. As in somebody slapped your face. Oh. But maybe they did change. Maybe they did change the recipe. Who knows? I might have to try that. You know what? I might have to try Little Caesars just to shut up Gabe. I might have to try Little Caesars just to shut Gabe up. Oh my God. Because you know he's not going to let me live it down during the podcast on Thursday. Let me see. Little Caesars. Where's the closest Little Caesars to me? Oh, man, nigga gotta drive into the Bronx? Oh my God. Bro, I gotta drive into the Bronx to go get Little Caesars. The Bronx is a fucking zoo, bro. Man, let's see how far this shit would be. Nigga gotta drive 16 minutes and 8 miles for Little fucking Caesars. I don't know about that shit, Gabe. This man said Dr. Umar would be ashamed of you right now. This guy. I gotta enter the Bronx, Gabe, just to get a fucking Little Caesars. Yo, yeah. I mean, I've been pretty good on my diet. I mean, I only had wings and drinks on Sunday, so my shit's been good. And now I'm gonna have pizza tonight. I'll be pretty chill. I'll live. No, I'm gonna get. Okay, so you know what? All right, so if y'all are here Thursday night, y'all are gonna have to walk me through this Little Caesar shit on what I should order. And if that shit does not slap, if I have to drive 20 minutes into the Bronx to get fucking Little Caesar's pizza and that shit is terrible, all of y'all gotta Venmo me $20 for that shit. All of y'all. I'm taking the names down of all of y'all. Man, Little Caesar stands. Man said Dr. Umar would be ashamed. I can't believe he said that. Do you like deep pan or thin pizza? I like pan crust pizza. Man, Domino's. Oof. Maybe I should have got Domino's instead. It's too late now. Oh man. But yeah, you guys, I think we might as well just wrap up the stream here for now, because the second I get off from here, I'm gonna go drive across town to go get fucking Papa John's to Gabe's dismay. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for showing up to tonight's stream. As always, for all the love, all the fucking love. I will personally cash app you. Just go above the $5 joints. Y'all killing me, man. As always, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. Y'all coming out here and hanging with me. As always, it is a pleasure and an honor and a privilege to be in y'all's presence. If you enjoy the stream, make sure you hit that like button. On your way out, hit that like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. Helps send this video out into the ether. And yeah, give your boy a follow on Twitter if you haven't already. Twitter.com/NeoGameSpark. And yeah, before we go, we have got to do in what I think is probably the quickest hydration check in a while. Hydration check. Hydration check. For those who don't know, it's basically my way of keeping y'all accountable and drinking your H2O. Because, you know, when you drink water, your insides thank you. Your skin thanks you. Your hair thanks you. Your lips, everything in your body thanks you by being hydrated. So yeah, grab your favorite H2O beverage of choice. Hopefully it's not Dasani. And on the count of 3, we're going to chug. 1, 2, 3. Hydration. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get myself some tea as well after some hot tea. Oh, and Corey Gryffindor came back right as we're about to end, but just in time for that hydration check. Just in time for that. Get that vodka bottle, boys. We got some alcoholics in the chat. My God, y'all are crazy. But yeah, you guys, enjoy the rest of your mornings, your afternoons, your evenings, whatever time of the day y'all are watching this. Have a great rest of the week, and keep being the amazing, incredible, and exceptional individuals that you are, with the exception of you. You know who you are. That one guy. Yeah, I'm talking to you. But you know what? You're all right too, I guess. And for me to you for now, my name is NGS signing out. And like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one.